Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to Stand on the Media. We got a doozy for you today. Just hold up. Let's run this CS2 back, yo. Oh, hold on. I'm coming. But let me go grab, pause. Let me go grab my charger and we getting cooked. Good morning, beautiful people. Stand on the Media. We in the building, man. What up, man? It's getting Spooky Johnson out here, man. That's all I can say, man. It's getting Spooky Johnson out here, man. Let me turn this volume down on my phone, man. I just want to make sure I can hear the sound. Welcome to Stand on the Media, man. Hey. Ooh, they want to be us so bad. It's crazy. It's so crazy. We're going to let it run. CS2 back. Steffi Weffy. Good morning, Queen. It's real slow out here in these content streets this morning, though. I will admit that. It's getting a little dry out there. Man, we got a lot to get to. Man, let me tell y'all, man. People suckers, man. Real suckers, man. Real suckers out here, man. That's all I want to say, man. People be real thugged out on these phones, man. Welcome to Stand on the Media, man. Good morning. Slow day in the content street. Steffi Weffy, what it is. What it is. I don't need, look, I gotta have the people check the damn cash app. Cause I don't have it on my phone. That's my daughter's shit. I just let her run with it, but if somebody sent a message, I need to go look at that so I can give the proper love back, cause I don't even be knowing. And you know, she 15, so she ain't got the sense to be like, oh hey, Dad, you got some money on the cash app. But anyway, there's a video I'm gonna play first, cause I'm gonna do a little audible. You know how we do. Let me make sure my stream is popping. Yeah, so I'm gonna throw an audible out there, right, real quick. I don't really know the story, but I heard something about it. Some inmates they escaped, and there is this particular inmate that escaped. Let me see what his name was. Get to his name real quick. And he's pleading his case. Inmate Antoine, right? Antoine Massie is his name. He's one of the inmates that escaped, and he was wrongly convicted for what it sounded like was some Megan's Law shit. Yeah. Let me send that on over there. But I'm not too sure what the charges is, what this is all about, or anything like that. I just know I heard something about some inmates escaping, and I was reading the comments on this video when I ran across it. Jonah, salute. I was reading the comments, and I got to put you on the Stand on the Media background. I got to read them. Well, I'm gonna do that today. I'll make sure I get it. Oh, because I just forgot. There's a lot of names, you know what I mean? I don't even know if I'm going to be able to fit them all on there, so I'm going to have to do them, you know, one post to have all the names, certain names, and then so on, and just rotate, you know what I mean? But anyway, I was going to the comment section, and a lot of people were like, you know, feeling bad for my man right here. A lot of people was like, this is commendable, what he's doing, very intelligent, articulate, pleading his case. If he's innocent, this is why they wanted to hurry up and get him and capture him, because he's out here dropping truth bombs with this paperwork that's in his hand. So I said, let me throw an audible real quick, because you know what I mean. My channel, man, we all about. Let me make sure I got that out of there. We all about helping the people in any way that we can, and you know, like I got a platform. It ain't a huge platform, but if I can help anybody that's in a situation, then that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna help the situation. Help try to put some eyes on it. So I wanted to throw an audible real quick. I'm just straightening the thing out so we can see it a little more on your end, and help shed some light to it. And hopefully, because he's looking, he's seeking some legal assistance. Is it or anybody out there that can help him legally? Because it sounds like he has all the proof to show like he's innocent. Them charges is not him, et cetera, and for whatever reason, he's still been incarcerated until he escaped. Rape involving strangulation. They're gonna sink him because of his priors. Wow, this guy's story deep. See, I did not know nothing about this until this came across my YouTube desk. So I'm going to have to look into this more today, but I'm going to shed some light to this video right now. And hopefully, you know, if what he's saying is true. And a lot of people in the comment section, by the way, are saying that it's true. Zero facts. Um, a lot of people in the comment section are really, believing what he's saying, and they have a lot of sympathy for him. I said, well, let's show his story. How many people know exactly about what he's going through, what he's being accused of? Is it any truth to it? Anything like that? If y'all know anything, put it in the comment section. Put it in the comment section. I need to know. But for the most part, it sounds like he got railroaded. That's what it sounds like. You know what I mean? But I'll play the content, then we'll get to it. I got to kill a few minutes before I go live. So I do want to touch on a couple of things, though, y'all. Yeah, I'm going to touch on a couple of things that's not YouTube related, Clubhouse related. I really don't want to. I'd rather just go my own separate way, because I already knew that what happened was coming. People are not as unpredictable as they think they are. But we just out here hula hooping. Yeah, we just out here hula hooping, y'all. I just know from my experience, crazy shit happens. Yup, the girl that I don't know what that means. The girl that however, he deserves a speedy justice trial. Okay, zero facts. Zero facts of what he's saying. What's the zero facts about? So, I told y'all the other day that I will no longer be representing District 13, but let me be very articulate on this and clear, very transparent, so there's no misunderstandings, because apparently there's some misunderstandings going on out here. Not the entire District 13. I have an issue with. There's a lot of good people over there. If it doesn't apply, please just let it fly. It's really upper echelon that the issue is. See, and this, what I'm about to say is very well documented. I knew all along this was coming. I knew that the higher ups, in particular, they couldn't stand me. They didn't like me because I was non-biased. Not me saying that. That's what I knew that, but that ain't me saying it. That's them. They didn't like that I was so non-biased. Yeah, they didn't like me because I was super non-biased. So I had already knew all along that they couldn't stand me, even though they, the song, they smile in your face. Meanwhile, they want to take your place. I already knew all that, man. I ain't lived this long not not to peep the fuck shit, the bullshit, right? The fake shit. Man, I've been through that. But what I always, because when I first started on my journey on social media, see, somebody, I don't want to be all over the place, and I don't want to say no names, but somebody hit me up talking real crazy this morning, and they said, "You a YouTube nigga." Let that sizzle in your spirit. They said, "I'm a YouTube nigga," but and there's somebody from Clubhouse. Major media don't even respect what be going on there on some of the people on Clubhouse. Not all the people, but some of them, they don't even respect it. But I'm a YouTube nigga. I really don't know what he even meant by that. I do YouTube. Of course I do YouTube. I guess I'm a YouTube nigga. But when I first started on Clubhouse, this is where we different. I seen the 100 ENT rooms. I seen all that. I seen a bunch of other rooms, right? And they was doing their shit. But I couldn't see myself being a follower like that. Not all people, not everybody. I'm just talking about the ones who know who they are. So I had to create my own space. So I started out opening up room, not knowing what Clubhouse was, not knowing anything about it, not knowing that people run fake narratives all day long. That's what they do. I ain't know. Right? And because I didn't know, but I was intrigued and interested in doing it, I had to do it my way. So I started Straight No Chaser. And my replays is still up. The numbers don't lie. We wasn't doing 100-side numbers every day, but we did numbers. Yeah, we did numbers. And I had a bunch of people that used to come frequent my rooms on Clubhouse. But I started out running my own shit. I couldn't be up under a motherfucker like that. I started out doing my own thing, respectfully. But I ain't never put shade on nobody or disrespected. I'm like, man, you do you, I'ma do me. You know my saying, I'm gonna knock a pork chop out your mouth. Why the fuck you wanna knock one out mine? See, the dude who called me, you started out being a follower, bro. You need to be next to something when you do this here. That's a fact. See, you need to be beside someone to do what you do. Whenever you do come to do it. Now, I ain't had no smoke with him. But then I had to sit back while he was talking. I had to sit back and I had to listen to what he was saying. And I said, oh, I see. This is the start of a narrative. This nigga had the nerve, the gall, the unmitigated gall, the audacity to say that I'm in Wack 100's pocket. CS Tupac. Oh my God. Usually such a statement, ignorant ass statement like that would have made my blood boiling. Right? But it didn't. I sat back and I thought about it. I shut the fuck up and I started to listen. So I know you gonna hear this, my guy. The reason why I stopped talking, I just wanted to listen. I wanted to hear what you were saying and what this was about and what this was, where you was coming from. So I thought about it. I said, damn, why would he say some shit like that? I'm in Wack 100's pocket. Because I played an old, so y'all know where this at least started. We on Throwback Thursday, y'all know how we do. We play throwback content. You know, we play Straight No Chaser throwback content. Then we play a little bit of Stand on the Media, District 13 content on Throwback Thursdays. And I played an audio. That was when in the District 13 days that had this particular individual in it. I didn't plan it. That wasn't my objective. But what kills me is this is audio that's already up on my page. Anybody can go listen to it. And then I said what I said on this audio about this particular individual. But I said exactly what I said to him when we was on the phone together. And I meant every word of it. That shit, I don't look at you. I don't care what you are, or what you is, or what you ain't. I know you're not, because I know the narrative the dude was trying to spin on you. It's crazy. It's funny because when me and him talked that day on that phone a while back, he was praising me on how respectful I was of him whenever I did audio with him in it. How respectful I was of him. Now all of a sudden, an audio get played from on Throwback Thursday, an audio that's already been out there. And I say the same comments, because I'm reading the comment section. people remember that day and what was in that audio, and they speaking on it. And I say what I said to him directly on the phone. But I also said, man, a lot of people do that. They take pictures at a person and be like, what? I know I have. I don't get bent all out of shape. Because if that was the case, I would have never even posted it. So I can give a fuck less. What you gonna say or what you gonna think? If I was that concerned, I wouldn't post it. But even I've got it. Whoop-de fucking do. But my point is, I said exactly what I said when I said it to you on my platform. And it wasn't to degrade you or anything like that. But for some reason, some strange, weird reason, you felt that way. So anyway, I just sat on the phone and I listened. I listened to what he said. And when he said that, I thought about it real hard. I said, damn. He might have told me exactly what I needed to hear. Maybe he knows what I know. And that other person knows I know. Oh, I know. I 100% know. And I knew that the other person knew I knew. And they was just looking and waiting for a reason to get me up out of there. All this is documented, by the way. I don't care what you doing or who you working with. You don't just go into something full-headed blindly and just 100% unwavering trust. You better question anything and everything that you do with anybody and everybody else. Because people out here cutthroat and conniving and manipulative. Phony and fake and all type of crazy shit. So hell yeah. I peeped it. I peeped it from the gate. And we're going to get to the content. I just got to get this out. Then I hear that all along, this one particular person had an issue because I changed my page in the earlier days from District 13 to Stand on the Media. You know what's so funny about that, y'all? When we first started that, or when she first started that, me and her, we had a conversation. Because my page was called Point Blank Media at the time. And that was the name I was going to go with, but I never had posted content on it yet because I didn't know what I was going to do with the channel. So when me and her talked, I told her, I said, you know what? I do got a YouTube that's ready to go. Got subscribers over there and everything already. Because a lot of people from Straight No Chaser supported the channel, even though I didn't post any content yet. So they were already over there. I said, how about I change it to District 13? And any revenue off of, monetization. At that time, I'm thinking big, like, the designs and stuff that I make and all that. If we sell it in this District 13, we can split, figure out the money. So it ain't no issues. She tells me, I ain't worried about none of that. I ain't tripping on that. I ain't even trying to do the social media thing like that. I'm on a mission. You know what I mean? That's all you. I mean, later on, maybe we can talk about it. So I say, you know what? When I get 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, I'm going to switch it to its permanent name. I told her this from the gate. I was going to do that. Now, fast forward to when I changed it. This was right around the time people were questioning the narrative about the 8-year-old allegations because there was no definitive proof put out there. This is where the non-bias doesn't align with her. She hated that about me. she thought I didn't know. Oh, I know. Ben knew from day one. Oh, I knew. So, people were in my comment section in that Discord that I used to be affiliated with. They was putting the pressure on us. Ain't no evidence out there. Y'all ain't put out nothing. Y'all running this narrative. I know I don't like CS2 back. Okay, hold on real quick. Okay, let me let her know. Okay, I got you. Um, yeah, I don't like CS2 back either. But if y'all running y'all running narratives without the proof behind it, y'all no different than him. Correct. That was 100% correct. That was solid. That was shame on you. Stand on the media, because your whole entire run doing social media, you have always had integrity. You've always stood by integrity. You didn't just run with anybody's narrative. You focused on what's the truth, or at least putting it out there so the people can decide for themselves what the truth is. So I retracted. But this is what I said, though. I said, although I believe that person, we know who we talking about. We know Danny, right? Although I believe what she's saying wholeheartedly, still don't know this woman like that. But I paid attention to her, how she moved on the app. And I liked it and I respected it. I thought she had integrity. Right? I didn't think she would lie about something like that. So I said, although I know that that's true, I don't have any physical proof to put out there. So from this point forward, I won't be running with the narrative until we have proof out there to support it. So I retracted my statement. Right around that same time, I hit 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. Everything is documented. Everything documented. Do your own research. Go to where the first video I got an ad at. That'll tell you everything you needed to know. I was not. This is what I did. I got monetized, but you have to wait 24 hours before you can put an ad in. So I didn't change the name then, and I think I posted content that day. But as soon as I was able to get paid to get monetized, that's when I changed my name. I can't help it happen right around the time niggas was putting the pressure on you. The fuck you want me to do about that? Under no circumstances was I going to monetize under the name District 13 in fear of what I'm seeing progress today. But what's cold about it is I told her already. Then I talked to her and told her again. When I did it, remember we talked and I told you I was going to do it, blah, 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 blah. But I'm just letting you know that's why I did it. It wasn't because they put the pressure on you. Because how dumb is that? I do that, but I still represented District 13 every single day. I said I was District 13 every day. That don't even make sense. Oh, because it doesn't say District 13 no more, I'm turning my back on the team. But every time I step to that motherfucking mic, or I put out artwork, it was all District 13. Never mind, like we just gonna have amnesia and forget that we didn't have that conversation twice. We just gonna have amnesia. We just gonna forget that me and you had that Are you telling them that? Probably not. Probably not. Everything I did, I stood on it. You motherfucking right. I rock with District 13 because I rocked with District 13. But I was always my own entity. That wasn't nothing new. But see, people got to create shit because when they wrong, they can't present it as they wrong. They got to create something. They got to make it something. They gotta, you know what I'm saying? They gotta do, man, do your big one. I'ma just keep shooting the truth. Every time. And then, again, people are not that unpredictable than they think. So the person that called me this morning was mad because let me put it this way. When that audio was playing and a particular person was in that audio, I knew right then and there that there was going to be an issue about it because I didn't like stop it or fast forward it or when have I ever done no shit like that? This is audio already on my page. These people can go listen to it whenever they wanted to. So I'm just supposed to just go around it? Then why did I even put the audio up? You was better off just telling me, hey man, just take all the audio with us in it down. I would have gladly did it. That's why I'm a little confused at. Because I didn't just post anything and do what the fuck I wanted to do. I've never tapped into somebody, hey, is it cool that we... I always just did my own shit. That was my mistake. I should have just did what the fuck I wanted to do. But out of respect and support, I always ran it by the team. It's one of the things I do regret. But yeah, I knew why I got kicked out. I didn't think I got kicked out for talking to Crazy. I only said Crazy's name. I didn't say nobody else's name. I didn't say where it was at, where it was done. I didn't say any of that. And I don't give a fuck who don't understand it. Crazy from the hub. I'm from the hub. You probably would never understand that. But we got a connect. We got you my brother's keeper mentality in Compton, LA, Watts, Long Beach, all across Southern California. We have an inevitable bond with each other. So when something is going on, and I can get some words of encouragement or to help try to prevent something from happening, that's what I'm going to do. Crazy around the same age as me. And he remind me so much of me because I ain't about to sit on no app and lip wrestle with you. But if we ever met in person, you know to get down. People from Cali, you know to get down. Getting off right off the spot. Getting off where you're mad at. No conversation. No, hey man, what was that? What? No. Bing, bing, bing. Every time. Every motherfucking time. Until I can't no more. So I'm telling the homie from the hub, man, I heard what that nigga said. That was crazy. And no, and salute to him. This ain't about you, bro. I promise you. We over that. It ain't about you. But it's about what I said to my man. Don't let that trick you off the streets. Meaning the situation. Don't let that, because like I said, Crazy remind me of me. Crazy will go pull up on you and see what you really about. We ain't about to lip wrestle with you. We ain't doing all that. You win with the lips. Yeah, you win with them. Yeah, you got that. But he I know he'll pull up and see what you about. And it ain't worth it. That's what I was telling him. That was my message to Crazy. That ain't worth it, bro. Don't do that. Just let that go. Let niggas, let lip wrestlers lip wrestle. That's cool. Just lip wrestle yourself to sleep. Because it ain't worth it. We too old to be sitting in somebody's county jail. They ain't gonna give us no Big Gay, bro. Yeah, we ain't getting no Big Gay, bro. They not gonna give us no icy hot. It's overcrowded in there, so we be still sleeping on the floor. No top bunk, no low bunk. It ain't worth it. But I didn't think that would be what got me booted. That maybe would have just got a conversation. But me playing that audio of your boy, oh, I knew. While it was playing, I knew. I didn't even remember he was in that. I swear to God, I didn't. Didn't even think of it. It was about what Todd was saying. But like I said, this is already out there anyway. So what was the big issue? But I knew it. I knew after I got off that live that there was going to be a problem because of that. Listen, stand on the media family. Salute, my guy. Hit that like button. King J in the building, man. Salute to you. Thank you for the $5 super chat, bro. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. I know. That's who called me this morning, talking tough. You ever have somebody that you just know you an armbar the fuck out of, talking crazy to you, but you can't get to them? It's like a fly on the screen. You want to smack that bitch? Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Who you talking to, little nigga? You win with the lips. Yeah, you win with them. Yeah. Nigga told me I need to apologize to him. He said I need to tell him I'm sorry. Hurt his feelings. Yeah, I heard his feelings. I'm assuming he was in a fetal position last night, worried about it. Worried so much that I woke up this morning to a message on Clubhouse of him on there talking almighty, tough guy. He's a real tough guy. Man, little fly, you don't move, nigga. Fuck wrong with these little niggas, boy. Why? Don't take my kindness for weakness. Just because I ain't on that federal ass app talking. Niggas sitting on a federal ass app. I just want to say this. I know. I just want you to know I know. And I ain't the only one who know. A lot of people know. And a lot of people waking up. Oh, a lot of people waking up. Compromised. That's what I will say. Compromised. Figure that one out. But I knew and been knowing for a long time. Oh, it's a cold game, y'all. I'm gonna say this and we gonna play the content because I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all like, man, I don't care about no Clubhouse shit. But I gotta address it on my platform. You know what I'm saying? Only apologize. I only apologize when I'm wrong, and I'm hardly wrong. That part, Selena. That part. And even when I'm wrong, I'm right. Cut my granny off. She don't see it. I see it. But no, I said, man, let me come to my platform and address to the Stand on the Media family what's going on. I talk to my people about everything. See, we a real democracy over here. Yeah. We all chiefs. And we be Indians when we need to be, but we all chiefs over here. We play both roles. Ain't no underhand and undermining shit going on over here. The nigga had the nerve to say that I'm in Wack 100's back pocket.
Bruh.
This nigga has lost his motherfucking mind. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, that told me everything I needed. It was like the plot thickens. That told me everything I needed to know. Compromise, bro. Because I just sat back and listened. Yeah, I just sat back and listened. I said, oh, okay, I seen that play before. Remember, I was just telling the homie this too, and I'm going to go. Remember when Big U got with Mark Stevens? Mark Stevens showed him the paperwork. And Big U was convinced Wack was an informant. So what I assumed he did, at least how I heard it, he told a couple of people from his section, as he should have. You know, that nigga expired like milk, man. He bad, man. Yeah, I'm telling you, he all bad. Instead of them keeping that information lock and key, they went and left CS2 backers. I'm assuming they were cool with him too. Y'all remember what CS2 back did once he found out that Big U knew he was working? What did he do? Can y'all tell me in the chat, what did Wack do? When he found out that Big U knew that he was an informant, what did Wack do? Yeah, man. We know what he did. That nigga went on a marathon of Big U's a snitch, Big U's a rat, Big U's of this, Big U's of that. To get ahead of it. You know what I'm saying? Like to get in front of it. Okay. So we still using this playbook, but we ain't dealing with okay. Compromised. Hey, man, I'm just out here hula hooping. Welcome to Stand on the Media, man. Salute to the family, man. We're going to get to this content. If you're new to the room right now, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Man, share this video. I appreciate you. If you wasn't here in the beginning when I said this guy right here, I'm not too much sure who he is. I just heard that there was some inmates that escaped, and he's one of them, and he's reading this paperwork. I'm gonna play this, then we're gonna get to the actual content that I'm going live for. But he reads the paperwork that he has proving his innocence. And I was in the comment section like, man, what is this about? Who is this dude? Anything, you know what I mean? Is it true? Is it? And a lot of people in there seem to support him. And that's what we do here at Stand on the Media. We really support over here. Oh, yeah, we really support over here. And we encourage you to do your thing. And we'll help you build that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's genuine over here. You know, we don't just be smiling in niggas' faces, hula hooping behind their back. No, we ain't doing that. Again, welcome to Stand on the Media. Let's get to the content.
I'm one of the ones that was let out of GC. What I want to talk about today.
Oh, he's one of the two left on the breakout? He's still out there? Damn. Hey, my nigga D Twin said two was saying some shit too, but all a play. Crazy, bro. Crazy. Niggas, some people just like to play. And again, this ain't about all of this District 13. And I don't want to start naming, because then they going to think we in cahoots, number one, number two. I might forget a name. But you know, if it don't apply, please let it fly, because it ain't about you. Please. It really ain't. You know what I mean? It really ain't. It's just a couple. It ain't even 5. Just a couple. That's all. Because I know. And they know I know. That's why they got, man, she was looking for a reason to get me up out of there this whole time. I knew it. Documented too, by the way. Oh yeah. I've been saying it for a while. It's funny, I was just saying too recently that it was coming, and it came. And I didn't even intentionally do that. But I knew once the other guy got to talking, and or they was talking about the other, I knew that was it. a beginning of the end.
As far as why I was in Orleans Parish Jail, I was in custody for almost 8 months. All right, 6 months, something like that. I was in there for theft of a motor vehicle and domestic abuse involving strangulation. That's what I was in Orleans Parish for. Okay, but before I was in Orleans Parish, I was in a jail called St. Tammany Detention Center. All right, St. Tammany Jail here in St. Tammany Parish. There's two different parishes, Orleans and St. Tammany. Okay, today what I want to talk about is that I was on second-degree kidnapping, second-degree rape, domestic abuse, battery involving strangulation, domestic abuse, battery, violation of protective order, right? On this woman right here, her name is Diamond White. That's her name. This is a district attorney drop form right here. And she's not a child, she's an adult, a full adult. I was dating this woman. This is a legalized affidavit saying all allegations against me is false. All allegations against me is false. I was nowhere around her or none of that.
Is your child struggling with a gaming addiction? Major companies behind games like Minecraft, Fortnite, and Roblox are now facing lawsuits for knowing.
During the timing of the date, which was November the 10th of 2024, okay? So I was in St. Tammany, right? And I was on a regular domestic charge, right? So they put a parole hold on me because I was on a domestic charge. So with that being said is that once that occurred, and the charges was refused or whatever, they shipped me to Orleans Parish where I had more open charges. It was the theft of a motor vehicle and the domestic abuse, battery, involving strangulation. So once I got in Orleans Parish Jail, all right, I have from the district attorney's office, this woman who they say that I initially raped in another parish and in Orleans Parish is the same woman here. It's not different females. It's the same grown woman, not a child, a grown woman. Okay, she did the same thing in Orleans Parish, right? Correct. I'm about to show you how the system is corrupted. Okay, she did this, right? Saying all allegations against me is false. And she even saying it, you know, she let her know the truth that I never did this to her. I never hit her. I was nowhere around her, nothing. She got mad and thought that I was dealing with another woman. That's why she did what she did to me. You know what I'm saying? Another thing too, once I got into Orleans Parish, I was there for like, a month or something like that. Okay, a lot went on as that time progressed. Okay, if you was an innocent person and you know the judges and DA know that this person is saying that all the charges that you're on, that you did not do, why was you still in jail? Louisiana have the highest incarceration rate in the world for putting black people away. Yes, at the end of the day, in my younger life, I'm not gonna lie, I was causing problems. I was young. My daddy got killed when I was 7 years old. My mom had to raise 4 children by herself, so I had to find a way to try to help my mother. You feel what I'm saying? But as time went on, the person that I once was, I'm not that person today. That is not who I am. I have a 3-year-old son. I have an 18-year-old daughter that graduated yesterday, supposed to be. At the end of the day, that people don't understand that they see that I'm armed and dangerous. I have a heart. People that know me know that at the end of the day, I am a good person. So I'm asking for help from the world, from Meek Mills, Lil Wayne, Young Boy, Donald Trump. I'm asking for these people. I couldn't even get a lawyer. I couldn't even afford a lawyer to prove my innocence while I was in Orleans Parish Jail. They say that I broke out. I didn't break out. I was let out. My name is Antoine Massie. The guy who said that I threatened him with a shank, the maintenance guy, how could I threaten you with a shank? You can't come around me. You're a maintenance. You cannot come on the tills without a deputy being behind you. Because if they just let you on the till, you could be persuaded to bring drugs or anything like that in that nature. So how can I threaten you to jail you? And why you didn't notify the people, the police, that if I did threaten you, you never did that. Like, you flat out lied on me. Sterling flat out lied on me. And I want to let the media know that from the straight tattoos in my face and things of that nature, of course they're going to believe Sterling. You know what I'm saying? I never told Sterling nothing. I'm willing to take a lie detector test and everything behind that, but that's another subject. Orleans Parish is one of the corruptedest jails. That in St. Tammany Parish is the corruptedest jails in the state of Louisiana. Why was I even incarcerated with a woman saying that this never happened? This is this woman's name. This is the charge, domestic abuse violation. This is about the shit in St. Tammany. Why was I in Orleans Parish? Why was I even in jail? That's what I'm trying to show y'all. That's why I left the jail. And they have a lot more brothers that's innocent, just like me, that's trying to prove their innocence. That's why they ran. Jason Williams, the sheriff, Susan Hudson, these people are corrupted. These people was talking to St. Tammany and telling St. Tammany they gonna sentence me behind this, and telling St. Tammany if they can't get me, St. Tammany gonna get me. You see what I'm saying? Behind a woman that's a grown adult that never stated that I ever raped her. They have a detective that's over the case, that's trying to pursue charges on me because of my prior history. Who I was in the past is not who I am today. So I'm asking for the media. I don't even have a lawyer to help me. I'm asking for help. That's why I ran.
Can you please just hear me out? No, all work management platforms are the same. They take forever to learn, and in the end, nobody.
You feel me? I'm a grown man. I have kids. I have a mother. I have a baby mother, a child, my children mother. Like it's a lot going on. And that's why I ran. I need help. You feel what I'm saying? Orleans Parish and St. Tammany is one of the corruptest parishes in the world. And I'm asking for help. It's a lot of corruption. It's jiggins, all type of stuff going on, and they covering it up. They don't care about nothing in the state of Louisiana. This is something that needs to go under a federal investigation. What's going on? How they handling cases? Why Antoine Massie was in jail if the woman, the victim, the grown woman, not a child, the grown woman stated that he never raped her. He never beat her. He was nowhere in her presence. This is the affidavits on the date right here. This is the drop form from the district attorney office. This woman when did this. I didn't do this. Look, it's legally dated. So I'm asking, please, for help. Young boy, Meat Mills, people.
That's crazy.
LBL, you know what I'm saying? People that been through the system that know it's corrupt. Lil Wayne, Donald Trump, please, I'm asking for help.
That nigga said Donald Trump.
You know what I'm saying? When I get back in custody, I'm asking y'all, please, to come and help. You feel what I'm saying? I'm asking the world I'm letting y'all know I'm not a raper, man. I'm not none of that. None of that. I'm a good person. I am a father that want to be in my children's life. You know what I'm saying? I want to let the younger youth know that
they say that about me too, kid, the barber.
Trying to be a street person is not the route.
Whenever I talk to somebody outside of California, especially here in Washington State, you know what I'm saying? I always had a girl say, "Oh, I just love your accent, your California accent." The fuck are you talking about? I'm just talking. But I guess we have a certain way of slang, you know what I'm saying?
That's what type of person I am. Yes, I was lied on. They made certain lie on me. All the guys they picked me for him to lie on. I'm not saying Sterling a bad guy, but why did you pick
put
me
hashtag hula hoops in the chat for me, please. Can I get hula hashtag hula hoops in the chat, please?
I never threatened Sterling ever. How could I threaten Sterling or hurt Sterling? He cannot come on a tip with me without a deputy being present. My name is Antoine Massie. I'm asking for help. I was one of the ones that was let out Orleans Parish Jail on May the 16th or May the 15th, 2025. So please, Meat Mills, Donald Trump, Lil Wayne, please help me. Lil Wayne, this is Big Antoine's son that's talking right now. I'm Lil Antoine. I was in your mama wedding when she married Rabbit. I was the ring boy, Lil Wayne. Please help me, bro.
Some may need crowns, some may need filling, some may need nothing. But the goal is to help them in.
All right, man. Salute to him, man. Shit. I hope he get the support, man, that he looking for. Because if all of what he's saying is true, That's crazy. That's crazy. So salute to that brother. Salute to Antoine, man. Salute to Antoine. Let me see. Little man. What's your issue with the district, little bro? I don't have no issue with the district. Who said I had an issue with the district? Well, maybe he just curious. I don't know. I don't have an issue with the district. A lot of the people over there in the district I really, really like. Really good people. Really good people. I'm not just saying that to say that. This is what's funny, right? I'm glad you said that because I was moving on, but let me just go back for a second. So the day I got kicked out of the Telegram, the next day I addressed it. They had a meeting or something in, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think they had a meeting that day too. And then they went about their day. So I addressed it on my platform. I was over it. I have been pulled up over there because I wasn't told I couldn't come to it. I was on the stage when I think I was on the stage when I got kicked. I think I was on the stage when I got kicked out the Telegram. Then I just bounced. But here's the thing. They just had a meeting on me yesterday. I mean, if my services is no longer needed because I'm too non-biased, okay. I went my way. I had a right to address what just happened and inform my Stand on the Media family what happened. That's my right. That's what we do. Y'all, just like you guys did. But I ain't speak on it no more. So what was the meeting about? Why'd y'all have to have another meeting about me? Y'all kicked me out. I'm a hula hooper. Okay. I'm gonna go my way, y'all go your way. So if you're wondering why this even happened, it's because yesterday they had another meeting about little old me. You be playing the 50. Okay. That's cool. You know? I mean, you have to give me an example of why you say that. They riding with you. What? They riding with you. You was talking crazy. See, you got to tell me like who you are so I can know if you even qualified to even speak on it. Like, do I even know you know what you talking about? Because right there in itself, that ain't what happened. But okay, whatever. Again, I went my way, they went their way. But they decided they needed to have another meeting about me. But again, I don't have an issue with the whole district. But that's another narrative that I see that they sent him over here to try to run, I guess. But no, a lot of the people over there, really good people. I really don't even got an issue with the ones that I should have an issue with, because really at the end of the day, man, I don't even care. We're good over here. So I still got my clubhouse room. I was thinking about knocking the dust off of it and getting it going anyway. So yeah, man, it's all good. You know what I mean? All business rendered. Y'all do you. I'ma do me. We good. Niggas talking about get y'all y'all what your war chest together, and they get man, y'all got me mistaken. That ain't what my YouTube channel was branded on. So you don't have to worry. You know, your secret is safe with me. I promise you. Because I don't need to be the one that leaked me, because it's coming. This coming out. Because people ain't stupid. I ain't the only one that know. That's see. That's peeping. Hey, I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna get to this next video. Little man, I hope you still in here when I say this. I hope you listening. I remember it's called that part. It's called Stand on the Medias. Look, D Twins, I don't know if I told you this in the back chat either. I might have. Cause me and you know we chop it up. But I remember a while back when Wack said, man, I got all type of back doors over there. He was like, I got one that'll blow your mind. I always wonder what he meant by that. Who would he be possibly talking about? I've always thought about that. I'm scared. I don't know, that's popped in my mind. Yo, bro, be popping. You gotta be solid. D13 be popping. What you mean? I don't know what you mean by that. You gotta be solid. D13 be popping. What you mean, like popping it in a good way? You mean like popping it in a good way? What do you mean by they be popping it? What you mean by that? Because they do be popping it. One of the best rooms with some of the best people on Clubhouse. Yeah. I still feel the same about certain people over there. Yeah. Real good people over there. That's why I said on my first video, man, I ain't saying to pick a side. Go support them over there. Go support them. Some good people over there. Genuinely good people. You know? Can't let a couple of bad apples spoil a whole bunch of shit. With that, see, that's probably what their issue is with me. You know? Or with, well, a particular person. Because I look at it like that. I don't look at it like, oh, one or two bad, so fuck them all. Yeah, it's not my MO. That's counterproductive. That's what's wrong with our community in the first place. It's like, God damn, you know, one or two people, you know, they ain't acting right, so everybody contaminated. So, yeah, that's that. But anyway, so Adam 22 was in New York in the trenches with Bobby Smurda, Mano, Kill Pill, Graf for the No Jumper vlog, right? And I did watch a little bit of this, and it got me thinking, like, number one, Wack ain't nowhere over there, right? And it looked like it's some solidified members over here. Then I see Mano. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. But I can't help but think, though, is Adam 22, is he the feds? Is he working with the feds? Do we still believe he's working with the feds? Selena said, but you can take your fake ass back over there. Facts. Fuck out of here. Nigga crazy. Niggas is crazy, bro. Niggas is crazy. Just come in on your actual account. I know y'all from District 13, man. Of course I do. You think I was popping it like some people think they so unpredictable. It's like you're not. You're not. Just get over that. See you coming a mile away. Like a mile away. Huh. Again, before we go to this video, I don't have an issue with District 13 as a whole. There's some really good people over there. The only reason why I'm not going to say no names, because that could indirectly put a target on them as if they are communicating with me or a possible backdoor. Nigga, they scolded Phoenix J. Salute to Phoenix J, by the way. Oh, and I heard they get mad when I do that. I shout out everybody. Like, I really like Rocksteady. I like Crazy. Hell, I defended, that's what I was doing. I was defending Crazy. I haven't had a conversation with Crazy on the phone ever. It's just he from the hub. He from Compton. I'm from Compton. If you know, you know. What's understood don't need to be explained. I really like the guy Rocksteady. I've never had a conversation with him off the Clubhouse app. But I shout him out all the time. 313, never had a conversation with him, but I shout him out. Phoenix is somebody from time to time, if I need to hit up and ask, she's someone that I talk to more. Hell, I know Geek more than I know Phoenix. So I shot him out. So is it favoritism? That, like, I don't get it. What was the problem with me shouting out Phoenix sometime? I'm going to just keep it a buck with you. My mindset at the time when I'm doing it and shouting her out is because she the more consistent one to reach out. Plus, she's the name that a lot of people in Stand on the Media know. And you know what I mean? That really, or Danny. I at one point I was shouting her out all the time. So what then? Is the issue with that now? The owner of the shit, I was shouting her out. Remember, I did a birthday live for her and everything. I knew then she couldn't wait to get me up out of there. I knew it then. You see, but my dad raised me, right? And I think he raised me correctly. Just because somebody else may be moving wonky on some fuck shit, on some backdoor backstab shit, don't mean you gotta be. That don't mean you treat them the way that you know that they trying to treat you. Because when you do it, then you know different than them. Facts. So I did what I do. Support. Because on my end, I don't have an issue. It's genuine for me. That's all I'm saying. It was genuine with me. I can't help other people have ulterior motives. And they're very easy to figure out with my hula hooping ass. Let's get to the content. Put hashtag hula hoops in the chat.
Beezy to SHOBOAT, and Adam 22 took another no jump.
Yeah.
So I covered.
Yeah, Selena, mad
in LA.
Selena, it blew my freaking mind. Mad about shout outs. They interrogated that girl, I heard. They interrogated Phoenix. Thought they had her. That's what I heard, though. That's what I heard. I wasn't there in the meeting or nothing. But what I heard was they interrogated her ass. They didn't even give her a cheeseburger, a coffee, a Diet Coke, nothing. Not even a cigarette. They was trying to blaze her. We know you told him because he said everything that I told you. I guess so. This is what's even more crazy. So then I find out that they had a conversation. And I don't expect Phoenix to call me. She don't owe me no loyalty or nothing like that. So I'm not that type of person either. So Phoenix, if you do hear this, I'm not mad at you. And by the way, I don't think Phoenix 44 is Phoenix. But anyway, I think that's just a different Phoenix. But I think I'm assuming that they thought that was her too. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I'm thinking. But they really was on her. Like, he said everything that I never said nothing. What? Man, I was going live to address exactly what I went live and addressed. I can't help that if that's exactly, if I was right. I mean, it wasn't complicated to fucking figure out. Me saying what I said, the crazy, that wasn't going to get me ejected from the Telegram in District 13. Get the fuck out of here. If anything, that would have been a text or a call. It was that audio that had your boy in it, that I didn't know he was in it, and didn't give a fuck either. It's already out there. And again, I only said what I had already said to him. Niggas can't, boy, niggas can't win for losing. Let me shut my hula hoop ass up and let's get to this content.
For extra, and then when he went to Atlanta to hang out with YSL Lil Woody and interview him, then the next day he went with Lil Dro. And I'll post those video links here in the description of this one so you can check those out too. But now Adam is in New York and New Jersey. He bumped into No Malice of the Clips in the airport.
I'm sorry, one more time. I had to go. Man, Kid the Barber cooking, man. Got to read this comment. He cooking. I don't know nothing about Clubhouse. I gave District 13 his shout out on her off the strength of you and Sherm shouting them out on here. See, when it's genuine, you ain't got to lie. You ain't got to steer no fucking narratives. When it's genuine, when it's real, and it's with your boy over there say authentic, yeah, you ain't got to put on no show like that. You ain't got to steer no narratives and backbite and just flat out fucking lie and play no fucking games. I ain't got to say nothing else. The people know.
Pusha T's brother, for those of you that don't know. Then he hung out with Mano, King Pill, and Graf, where they hit the studio and then shot a music video in the Patterson Projects. The next day, he hung out with Bobby Shmurda in Brooklyn, and Bobby gave him a tour of his hood. Then the last day, he went to New Jersey to interview Albie Al, and Dusty Locane even popped up. There's a bunch of other familiar faces that you.
There's some good people over there, Selena.
Like
it really is some good people over there.
And hit that notification bell.
I'll hit you and tell you who they are.
Now let's check it out.
This being appeared.
Yeah, I'll hit you on the back burner and I'll tell you who the good people are. But there's a lot of good people over there.
You heard of King Phil?
You had the damn hand. Yeah.
Look at this. Can somebody tell me in the comment section who is King Pill? I've never heard of this guy. He just popped out of nowhere. And I need hashtag hula hoop in the chat, please.
Oh. You gonna have my man putting on a kilt?
Wait a minute.
I need my kilt.
No, that's his will.
Oh, what? It's a moment in time.
I did it my way.
You're gonna see the queen, but you got the king now.
I did it my way.
I couldn't have planned this better. What's going on? This is my first clip of the whole trip.
Yeah. All right. King Phil.
King Phil.
King Phil.
Yeah, he's a blood though.
Is that blood?
Yeah.
All right.
Look at him. In the back. He's an army vet too. Yo, we in the middle of New York City, Adam 22. I got a big announcement. I just signed my boy King Pill to a celebrity boxing deal. We got a big fight coming up, 4 extras. I don't know if you really still locked up or not. Maybe that's just a play. Maybe you're just ducking my man King Pill. But either way, we're gonna make this fight happen. Everybody out there, we need y'all to tune in. Celebrity boxing, King Pill, 4 extra. That's the fight to make. Let's go.
Yeah, all that little popping and all you been popping it. We're gonna see who really get active though. Yeah, let's turn up.
Big day.
Oh, we made it, did it.
What's up, baby? How you been, man? Good to see you, man. You need to get back outside. Yeah, we coming. Get back outside. We coming. Yeah, right here, man. Had this on Gates. Yeah.
Look at these guys.
You know?
Look at these the class acts, man.
Legendary smack.
You know what it is. This is the era right here.
Shake Davis and
my talking about. Boom. Blam. Talking about.
Blam.
This is legendary shit.
Yeah.
Got the right ones outside, you heard? New York City, what we doing?
Queens get the money.
You know it.
You see what Graf out here doing.
You know it.
See what he doing. Graf always wearing Fendi.
You know what I'm saying? I started this shit. I don't give me no credit. It's okay.
You need a contract.
Bill, hey, tearing down the lobby.
Can't complain. We hustling, man. We gonna do something with this freedom that we got, man. You know what I mean? 100%.
Put him in the grave on the t-shirt.
Yes, sir.
He said my name on squeeze first. Ellamore's Park, put the P first. While you talking from the couch, come in the streets first. So I can stomp your ass down till my feet hurt. Just pour the new block, I make this thing jerk. Put a bullet in your scalp, make your brain squirt. Snitches out. All right, come on, punch me in.
Shit wild today. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them days, man.
This about to be crazy.
One of them days.
To my feet hurt. Go get the Corvette first. The trips ain't threatening. Worse. Northside niggas so fast.
We doing?
Queens get the money.
That's a fact. I'm outside with my boy today, man. I'm outside with my boy today. Cousin, what's up? One of them days, man. I'm telling you.
You ain't never see my type. I'm a different clothes. Patterson Project, we put the P first. We outside, nigga, yeah. We outside. And all that. Yeah, we outside. We outside. It's the big one. But you know, we outside. Huh? We active. Yeah. Shout out Adam 22. He in New York. He in the hood. Yeah, he in the hood. He in the hood. I got my favorite guy out here. Hey. Yeah, we need a red shirt though. We active out here, man. We got some locs. We got some locs. We got locs for the locs. We got love for the locs.
Yo, let's go. Let's go to the
Nah.
Yo, let's go. Yo.
So we doing? Shit.
Cops don't want us handing out riot rags out here, man. That's why they're hating on my freedom of speech, bro.
That's crazy.
You know
You don't want a Rico, you know.
You know what I'm saying? The guys outside.
What up, boy?
You know what I'm saying?
Where you at?
I did it my way.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's wild. Not the hands on the hip. Not the you dip, I dip, you dip, we dip. That's crazy. Not the hands on the hip when you dip, I dip, you dip, we dip. No. Oh. Man, that's crazy. Just know, I did it my way. Now this nigga say he want to fight for extra.
That's viral. King Pill's walking Dolo in
King, man, King, line it up, King Pill. I'll fight you right now, King Pill. I'll fight for extras, but shit, nigga, I had to get my cardio up. I ain't even gonna hold you. That big nigga, I'm gonna have to get my cardio up. But I'll fight him for sure. Right, I gotta get that cardio up, fight that nigga. Cause it ain't gonna be a quick knockout.
He wanted to do some pull-ups before his video shoot.
Get the barber. Shit crazy.
We gotta cut it with the pint and the chili dog.
Put him in his brain, make his eyes hurt.
You know why niggas play, bro? Like, niggas crazy, yo.
Let's start the video. Where you at? Which one is he getting? He gotta die first. Hit him in his brain, make his eyes hurt. Put him in his brain.
Oh, you know what? This might get me demonetized. Is that song out? No, they don't matter. They don't care. I don't care. Look, Fat Boy SSC out there. So look, this is my question to y'all, man. I need hashtag hula hoops, please, in the chat. Hashtag hula hoops, man. I'm a hula hooper. Hands on my hip, you dip, we dips. If Adam 22 and No Jumper is Fed Central, it's one of two things. It is Fed Central there, but they knew that, and they wasn't gonna go there because of that. And Adam said, "Y'all, don't worry, I'll come to y'all and do it out there." I'm just hypothetically speaking here. Like, I don't know. Like, with CS2 back there, you know it's federalized right there. It's all fed when he there. You know, booby trapped the whole shawoo. But when he ain't there, is Adam cooperate? Is he working? Like, I'm so confused. Why Put free Big U in the chat too, please. Big U, after seeing what happened to Big U, I know a lot of these niggas might not be tapped in with what happened, even though the information is privy out there. But you see what happened with Big U, with Dirk. Why didn't you bring him out there? First thing that popped in my head is, which one of these niggas out here working? Is it about, I don't know. I would hope to think that none of them are, but this is strange to me, y'all. Considering what just happened, is what I mean.
Everybody outside is lit. It's a movie. Adam out here.
Oh, tell him run it back. Tell him run it back.
Hey, okay, run it back, run it back.
You know the vibes. Yo, Lucky, yo, Loki. Hey, yo.
Whoa, you go after the hot chocolate.
Yeah. Yo, what's up, cuz? Yeah.
Yes.
Bro, the boat. You say you got a party bus and all that shit. I'm on my listen for that shit, man.
Man. Shout out to the bro. Shout out to the bro.
Really? There's money everywhere. What's up? Hey, shit, what up? Come, pull up.
Pull up. It's a whole lot of gay. What I say?
Adam, what up?
What's going on, man? We outside. This is what y'all talking about, right? Yeah, what's good with the tour?
Send it up to the gate.
Yeah.
We on the top. So you know what? It's with it. Yeah.
We ready.
Welcome to the neighborhood. Think my shit out when I threw that up, you right? I'll be like, yo, shut me. Block, yo, block this one. Yo, you good? Yo, we must go.
The ends right here, man. Oh, this fix the Chinese so we can smoke other in the store. This is the ends right here, man.
Hell yeah.
I dare you to let me build you a completely free e-commerce store
I'm on
preloaded
my
with
Boy, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Yo. I just read something. Boy, shut up. Shut the fuck up. I'm on my bullshit, man. Oh, it be these niggas, man. Whew. Keyboard warriors. We was niggas that you know that be in the same, if you was in the same room, in the same presence, you know the energy would be totally different. Boy, go relax. It's okay, bro. I don't want no smoke, okay? No smoke. I'm good.
Yeah.
No problem. I did it my way.
Yo, we out here. I told
Every hood?
Nothing but unity. You know?
All
Nothing
city?
but unity.
All city?
Yep, every city.
Okay, pretty. Oh wait, look at this queen. Boy, show some respect to this queen right here. She's very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Look at my beautiful black people, man. I just hope, man. That this ain't what I think this is. They got Izzy Azalea. Look, even Izzy Azalea out there. I'm so fancy. Let me get it, girl. I'm so in. I don't know the words. From Compton, Chicago. Look at Izzy Azalea out there, boy, with my nigga Bobby Shmurda,
I'm looking for
nigga.
some of that Shmurda crack, man. Yo, stop it.
Izzy out there with the hood, boy. You know about that.
Hey, my son G used to pick me up, take me out of town when I was 14, you right? I sell a 62 from every week, you right? We're gonna take you to the spot.
We cooking up over here.
Yo, bro.
How y'all doing?
Brooklyn vibes, actors.
Wack was jealous, huh?
Hey, you already know what it is. Talk to me.
So Pete. Hey, you thought that was Izzy? Iggy. Hey, I seen that. I'm like, look at Iggy Azalea out there. I'm so fancy. You can get it. Whatever. Hey, real shit. Wack over there fuming. Not because he not over there with him. The only support Wack really had or had food was the New York blood population, right? It seemed like, and then I don't know if that, because I was doing something else. I don't want to spoil it for y'all, but just in case, it already happened and I'm tripping. They FaceTime the Who's Who. Salute to the Who's Who's, by the way. Go support their YouTube channel, man. I like them young brothers, man. They making something out of nothing. They ain't depending on nobody. They ain't milking nobody. They ain't running game and backbiting and hula hooping on nobody. Man, they taking care of they own shit, man, grinding. The YouTube page is the Who's Who's, man. Go support them. But they go do a FaceTime with the Who's Who's. And I'm assuming they super tapped in, and it's like, damn, all the ones who Wack once had access to, his walls is shrinking in. Before you know it, he gonna just come out and say, yeah, man, Charleston White told him to his face, he ain't even argue it, but he gonna just come out one of these days and say, yeah, I'm a deputized federal agent, been one, now do something about it. While he at the, what floor was he at in the federal building? What floor? The 69th floor? He gonna be way up there, tucked in, nice and comfortable. Nah, they hell nah, especially King Pill. King Pill want that smoke with him. That's a fact.
Yo, Bobby, would you get something to drink? Let's go. Get some water. Man, you know we gotta get schmacktive.
Gotta get schmacktive. Hey,
get schmacktive. I like that. Ooh, I like that. Let's get schmacktive. Ooh, I like that.
Let's go.
Hey, I like that.
What up? For a cup right
I need a black.
Let's get schmacktive.
How is overjacking?
I like that. I'm stealing that. Like,
myself,
nigga, next nigga I argue. Nigga, you want to get schmacktive?
Yeah.
This my guy who brought me to the hood, and this my big homie right here. This is what I'm saying. That's my big homie.
I like Bobby Shmurda. Fan West, salute my guy. Always remember, Fan West, we did it our way.
Hold on, John can't show his face. John can't show his face. John can't show his face, you heard? When he brought me to John, we started selling crack forever. I'm selling.
Why he on here telling? Come on, Bobby Shmurda.
I'm selling legal crack, you heard? It's called intellectual property. We're selling records now. LG, get in there. A lot of
nigga, I got all my hair Bobby Shmurda getting a little bald at the back, top back. Where that ball? I don't know. I'm not sure. Top back. Oh, look at the little baby. Adorable. Nigga, that was crazy. Tom, they had bumped in Uno, King Pill, Bobby Shmurda, Izzy Azalea, Izzy, however you say her name, Iggy Azalea, she was there. Her little cousin, little sister, little auntie, little nephew Tracy, little peoples.
What is this? That's a Brooklyn hello right there. What is happening?
He got that LeBron, huh?
That's real love.
Yeah, that's real love, man. That's what real love look like.
All right. Big homie right there. Nice to meet you.
That genuine love is rare is in rare form around here. Y'all peep Lil Woody? He hung out with Lil Woody. They did their thing, and then they ain't did nothing else after that. Y'all peep that? Yeah, they be hanging out at the Gagency. Yeah. Salute to my LGBTQIAZ people, though. For real, much love to y'all. But I believe in don't have nothing to do with what you believe in, and that's just where I'm at with it. I ain't God, and I'm not the judge or executioner or any of that. I know what I believe in, and I'm gonna keep that to me close to the vest. But all love and respect to whatever it is that you do. Find love however you can. Because true love is a hard thing to find out here in this world. Genuine people, number 2. Telling you. Man, y'all can't even see. Oh, y'all can't even see the why am I? Wait a minute.
Big boom, man. Yeah, I remember I was 14. I was 14. Police knocked me out, dragged me to the thing.
Why y'all can't see the picture?
Me and my son, me and Greasy. Yeah. Yo, Big Boom seen us. Start going crazy. Started going crazy. Going crazy. I started going crazy. Hey, with Greasy at? Yo, old gang, you heard that? Y'all threw me the preset. I was like 14. Boom was a big, giant. Police scared him. Scared. 10 police for that nigga. They ain't really meant to be like 10 police. I used to go sneaking weed in the G building. They don't know about the G building. Oh yeah, you got Pluto. You know what I'm saying? Pluto. Hey. My boy Bobby, what up? She in Brooklyn. Yeah, she in Brooklyn. Okay, man.
I don't know why.
Don't play red. You got Adam on the clock, yeah?
Shit, niggas is geeked up to have Adam over there on the block. Look at him.
I didn't realize how little was in there. I had to really.
Got Adam in the trenches.
We outside.
In the trenches. I can respect Adam when he in the trenches, whether if I agree with him or not. He did it his way.
Where you grew up? Tell me about it.
Born and raised down here. Born and raised in the trenches. Everybody, it's like, this project is like a city inside a city, though, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we got like our whole community on this motherfucker, like, you know what I'm saying? So,
Let's go, man. What we got going on, man? What we doing, man? What we doing? What we doing, MG? What's going on, man?
In the land, man.
Let's go, man.
Oh, man. All right, man. That's pretty much the end of that, man. Salute to. I can't see his channel though. Man, salute to that channel, man. It won't let me it won't let me pull up or pull down. Matter of fact, hold on, I'll tell you right now who channel that is. We gotta get the flowers to the channels, man. How it go? It's respect. To Show Beezy. Salute to Show Beezy YouTube channel. We'll put a link to his channel in the description of this video. So salute to him. Next video I wanted to run came across my desk, right? That's the right one? Yeah, I think so. No, that's not it. Was Gene Deal, man. Gene Deal had some words to say about Wack a while back. I couldn't remember exactly what he was saying in this audio. I didn't listen to it. So I said, man, you know what? I know this ain't Throwback Thursday, but before I get to the new video that Discretion TV put out, let's relive some of what Gene Deal had to say about CS Tupac. So then we'll end it with Discretion TV. He put out a new one this morning, part 2 to the Biggie, to what Reggie had to say about Biggie. So, let me do this real quick. Black that out. So we're going to end it with that. So in this video, it says more disturbing audio. No, Reggie crashed out on Biggie Smalls and okay, that's the one we're going to listen to before we leave. That's the one I want right here. This the one, yep. Gene Deal exposes Wack 100 on Clubhouse and Wack 100 left alive. A must watch. So yeah, this one came across my desk and I was like, damn, I forgot about this one, man. I wonder what was all in this audio. What did Gene Deal say? And this was about a year ago. What did Gene Deal say back then that has came to fruition today? Some of y'all who might not remember this audio, this is a treat for you. Others who have heard it but kind of don't remember, still a treat for you. Let's hear what happened a year ago. Gene Deal and Wack 100. If I'm not mistaken, if this is the same audio, I put this audio out too, I think.
Do you have a badge, Gene?
Yeah.
Come off mic, bitch. Do you have a badge?
Hold up. We'll give all viral access media the view, because I did put this audio out. Pretty good audio, but let's get them the shine today. It's all about the content. Let's go.
We're not gonna be doing this screaming. It's not gonna be a screaming. It's not gonna be a screaming match here, man.
You see what I'm saying? I don't get this shit, right? Grown men, we all around the same age. They come in super hot, super loud, yelling at the top of so you don't want to have a conversation. You want to have a yelling match. Salute to Smoked Out TV, actually, because I thought about him in that moment. Because one day, me and him, we was having a real spirited debate, and he got me out my body, and I raised my voice. And he like, nigga, what you yelling and arguing and that yelling at the top of your lungs for? He was like, nigga, I feel like I'm arguing with my bitch. I said I was hot. But after I thought about what he said, I said, you know what? That's exactly what I felt like in that moment. I'm like a bitch. So salute to Smoked Out TV for that one. Because he was dead ass right. Fuck you yelling at the top of your lungs for. Let's have a conversation. If we're going to have a conversation, let's have a conversation, man. Stand on the media. We missing that. I know. Today, I'm going to read, because I did have a lot of the names that are not on. For whatever reason, AI would only select certain names, because there's way more names than that I put in there. But I guess that was the only ones that would fit, but it wouldn't change them. It wouldn't add, it wouldn't subtract, it wouldn't do shit. So I got to go back and just start from scratch and do everybody's name. But it's hard to remember everybody. It's a lot of people who, part of the Stand on the Media family. So what I think I'm going to have to do it in like 2 or 3s with the posters and then just rotate them. You know what I mean? I try to figure out a way where I can get them all on one thing and put it out there. But that's something I promise I will be working on today. So hopefully tomorrow, if I don't go live this evening, which I probably won't, tomorrow I have it so everybody's name is on there. You know what I mean? But I couldn't remember everybody's name, and then the AI shit was acting stupid. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna fix it.
We're gonna have a conversation. It'll be a conversation. We're not gonna be doing a screaming match.
Wack, the only nigga with a badge.
You're a nigga with a badge.
Fair West. Sometimes, man, you gotta look the man in the fucking mirror, my guy. You know? I'm sorry y'all keep stopping and going, but I keep looking at the chat before I hit play. I'm gonna stop doing that. But you 100% right, cool. I'm going in on goofy ass poetic Flacco trying to start false narrative. Man, was it on YouTube? If so, send me the link, my guy, or you on Instagram. Send me the link. He said at least you were being honest about it. Yeah, man, sometimes you gotta be real with yourself. You know, I got rid of having that ego a long time ago. Maybe that's a disadvantage of mine now or something. I don't think so. I kind of like it that way because I used to have an ego. I did when I was younger. I used to have a real fucking ego. I used to think my shit didn't stink, you know, and I did get farther and quicker doing that than what I am now. But it hit different for me now. You know what I mean? Having that ego, understanding that, you know, sometimes, man, your ass is just wrong, man. Just fucking wrong. And just get over it. Correct it and move the fuck on. But I notice a lot of people, they have and I can't too much complain about it because it took me a while to get there my damn self. You know what I mean? It ain't something you can just do overnight. It takes time. But if you work at it, you know what I mean, you'll get there. But for me, that ego shit, it kills more relationships than it keeps, in my opinion.
You're a retired nigga with a badge. You've always had a badge.
Gene, you gotta hit the mic at the bottom to unmute, Gene.
Bottom right, nigga, you a retired nigga with a badge.
Hold up. One blood.
Ask the nigga, do we got a badge right now today?
Hold up, Wack. We gonna get
to
all that.
Do you got a badge right now today?
We gonna get
hold on, Wack. We don't want to have to do you. Chill out.
Hold up. We gonna get to all that. So listen. This is Gene and this is Wack having a conversation. No yelling or none of that. So what, y'all got the floor?
Badge, right? You a nigga with a badge, right? Do you got a badge? Let's clear up this you ain't street shit immediately. Do you have a badge, a retired badge? Let's keep it real, nigga. Because you got niggas thinking you something what you ain't. Niggas kept you around because you had a badge. You can have a gun that they knew you wasn't going to use. Do you have a badge right now? Are you over yes or no? Are you a retired nigga with a badge?
So what that
Are
mean?
you a retired nigga with a badge? Yo, tell them to answer the question.
What that mean?
Answer the question. Are you a retired nigga with a badge?
I've been having a badge since 91. What does that mean?
Did you watch Puffy lace the drinks? If you watched him lace them, you more of a fuckboy than him. You said you did. You said you seen it. You said you seen it. Did you not tell me you mad at Puffy because he didn't pay for your homie's funeral? Did you not tell me you mad at Puffy because he didn't pay for your homie's funeral?
Look, you mad at Puffy, he ain't fucking.
Yes or no? Did you not tell me that?
What you say?
Retired nigga with a badge. You mad at the nigga he didn't pay for a funeral. If you watch him lace the bottles, you a fuckboy like him, and you was gonna fuck the models. You a wear the models.
Wack. Hold up, Wack. Hold up, Wack.
You
asked the man a question. Hold up, Wack. You asked the man a question. Let the man answer the question.
Stop trying to loud mic. Stop loud micing them to death. Like, just have a conversation.
So go ahead, Gene. You got the floor.
Did you watch him lace the bottles?
Hold up, bro.
You did.
Hey, Wack. Listen, you got the questions. He's right here. Let the man answer the first question. Go ahead, Gene. You got the floor.
Did you watch him lace the bottles?
I've been having a badge since 91.
We know. You ain't street.
Now
did
what?
You watch him lace?
Nigga, did you ever hear me say I watched him lace the bottles?
How you know he laced the bottles?
No. Did you ever hear me say that?
Boy, you gonna get some good money. This is good money. Hey, Johnny Kings, I owe you a check for this. So you never watched him lace the bottles?
Did you ever hear me say that?
I knew this was gonna get him on that.
Curry said that.
Did you watch it? So you said you never said you seen him lace the bottles, right? That what you saying now?
You bitch ass nigga, did you ever hear me say that?
So you never said you saw him lace the bottle.
Did you ever hear me say that?
Yeah, we heard you insinuate that a million times.
Did you ever hear me say that?
So how you know he laced the bottles?
Nigga, I never said he did.
You a motherfucking lie.
See? Who's a lie?
How you know about him and Biggie's club contract? Was you in the room when him and...
I never said that.
See,
When he killed Biggie and
talking about. It's this constant lies.
Did you not? Okay, we got the clip. Did you not insinuate
because they
want me to kill Biggie and Pop?
Like that. Wack, you're not like that, bro. You ain't never been like
bro,
that.
Bro, you ain't nobody but a funky.
When those niggas from New York,
hey, yo,
top of your wife at the boat ride.
Hey, bro, stop muting me, bro.
When those
Yo,
niggas in New York,
you drove an old beat up.
Hey, you know, real talk, y'all. I feel Gene Deal in this moment right here. When he said, nigga, you ain't even like that. Talking crazy to me on this phone. I know what he mean, man. I know what he mean, man. I know Gene probably like, I didn't even want to get on here and do this shit, man. Cause Gene, it hit different when you just know. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit, it hit different when you just know. And I just felt Gene in that moment when Gene told that nigga, man, you ain't even like that, bro. Man, put hula hoops in the chat. Hashtag hula hoops.
Let's talk about the boat ride. Hold up, Wack. You asked a lot of questions. He got one for you. What happened at the boat ride? What happened at the boat ride, Wack?
Didn't them niggas get on top of your wife and you
don't mute him, bro. What happened at the boat ride, Wack?
What boat ride? He wasn't even there. He didn't do shit.
Oh, no, I wasn't there. You
wasn't even there. Your man wasn't even there. Gee, you was sexually harassing the models. He fired you for 2 years. Did Slay not fire you for 2 years, bro?
You a mother. He can't.
Yes or no? He fired you for 2 years. You weren't even allowed to come around. Then you was over there telling his baby mama all his financial business.
Yo, listen here.
Was you not telling his baby mama all his financial business?
Listen to me.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Let him answer, Wack. Let him answer, Wack.
With you, right?
Let me tell you something.
Right? Don't
let him answer, Wack. You asked the man 1,000 questions. Let the man answer the question, bro. So go ahead, Gene. You got the floor.
You better not get caught out here, you bitch.
Shit out. Why would K keep me around all the motherfucking time if I was telling this motherfucker?
He fired you for 2.5 years.
That the nigga
I got 3 of the models gonna come forward.
North Carolina together.
Jazzy Bell gonna tell it. You remember Jazzy Bell, Gene?
I went to pick up the
Do you remember Jazzy Bell?
My money.
Do you remember Jazzy Bell? He only paid you $250 a day, bro. You went from working for Puff to working for Slay. Working for Puff to $250 a day. Working for Puff to $250 a day.
Or even came on to them.
Hey yo, one mic.
That's cap. That's cap.
That nigga,
you got the check. I can't come up. Slay won't know. I got a couple hundred for you.
Hold on, one mic, y'all. These is two. Listen, let me go ahead and restart the room. Welcome to Bloody Bunch. Hit the greenhouse on the top. Follow the house. Follow all the moderators, even the ones without moderators. The title of the room is Gene Dill Sets the Record Straight with Wack 100. Now, Wack and Gene are two respectable men in their own world. We doing this to show to you that anything could be solved. Let's stop yelling at each other and let's get down to the meat and potatoes so we could get on and move on.
Yo, remember, Wack, your conversation, your words is always you want to have a conversation.
Because he living on a lie. Everything that nigga's coming out of his mouth is lying, bruh. You understand? It's not one motherfucking girl that I ever dealt with K Slay or was around K Slay that I ever touched, talked to, or try to get with. Nigga, I'm always happy with my own. I worked at Sue's Rendezvous for 10 years. Never touched, never had no situation, not with one girl. I work with K because I'm not going to fuck up my money. You understand? I'm never going to fuck up my money or try to do some dumb shit with no K-Slay models, no Sue's Rendezvous dancers, or none of that shit. I ain't that type of nigga, bro. I don't have to be that type of nigga.
And I gotta say this, bro. I never once ever heard anything like that on Gene Dill's name, bro. And that's just me. I never heard that before. So I'm jacking that this nigga just throwing some shit out there because, you know what I mean, he's scraping and scrambling, trying to party with Puff. But go ahead, Gene, we listen.
Hey, yo, hold on, Gene. Before Big Gene, we got a lot of YouTubers in here that's from New York City. Y'all make sure y'all put this out. Gene Deal is one of us. So I'm paying attention to the stage. So when you put the information out there, make sure you put the right information. Hit the houses, Bloody Bunch, Unstricken Mentality. The last 24 hours, you will get the real content. And also, Big Gene is in the building. Gene, your nephew is in here. He's been writing in the chat. He's the one that put all of this together.
Yo, bro, listen here. Just listen here. Check here. Dominique, I take him in as my nephew. He's not my blood, but I take him in as my nephew.
Clot.
Wagwan, Ocho.
You know, hello?
Yeah, you good, Jay. Go ahead. We can hear you. We can hear you.
I take Dominique as my nephew for years, bro. You understand? But he's not my blood nephew. I told Dominique long time ago, niggas, stop speaking on my name to these niggas out here. You understand? I fuck with you, but don't speak to my name on these niggas. I fight my own fucking battles. I've always fought my own battles. Dominique, stop it. I told him, don't do that, bro. You understand? He my little nephew like that. Blood, no. But stop using my fucking name out here, Dominique. And I told you that. You understand? So now, this is what I'm saying to y'all. This is what I'm saying to y'all. This nigga Wack, he's, like you say, he's scrambling and scraping for shit because he's a liar. The nigga is a liar, bruh. There's no motherfucking way I ever talked to any of the girls from Straight Stunt Magazine. They always had the utmost respect for me, and if you ask them, they'll ask K, is Gene available? Can you call Gene? All the time I wasn't available for him. He had other drivers, but all his personal shit, all the stuff when he went long distance, I drove him. You understand? Because he not only he get a motherfucking driver, he get a fucking security person there that he know ain't nobody gonna fuck with him around me. Cause he know I go that hard. That nigga Wack, when he was up at the boat ride, them niggas pressed his wife, had his wife drunk. She was loose in the motherfucker. He got mad. I had to get in between that shit.
He just ran out of here too because of that too, Gene. He ran out of here as soon as you brought that up, bro. He ran out of here.
He said I wasn't at the boat ride. He was lying.
Crazy.
Huh?
Yeah, continue on, Gene. We listening.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So he know I got in between that shit.
Free to go, free to go.
Them New York niggas was about, them Brooklyn niggas was about to tear his motherfucking ass up on that boat ride. And if you don't believe me, his man Wacko is the strong nigga from out there at Compton. He was there.
Salute to Wacko. Salute to Wacko.
Wacko from Compton. That's when I first met Wacko. Not Wack. I'm talking about Wacko. He the one ran the Pyrus out there.
Yeah, you talking about Wacko from West Side Pyru from Compton?
Yes.
Now ain't that Ghost? Wasn't that Ghost?
If you got his number, call him and ask him wasn't Big Gene on that boat ride.
Shit crazy.
Where y'all Cali fellas at? Y'all could make the call. Where y'all at?
All your YouTubers holler at Wack and get him back in here. He ran out of here.
We got at least 10 YouTubers in here, Garden King, in
That's
the
a
group
fact.
and on the stage.
And shout out to Zeke Black in the building, Rudy Lowe in the building.
Salute. Peace.
Salute. Focus 4/5 in the building.
That's a fact.
Valley in the building.
Gene Dale, what up, bro?
Yeah, what's up, man? Yo, man, listen, man. Yo, listen to me. I wanna apologize to the youth and the people out there, man. But then like sometimes you get these niggas that wanna lie on you and get frustrated. And I'm at the age where I should just back up and just say, fuck it, let a nigga say what he wanna say, let him do it. But all the time, a nigga can't lie on your name and lie on the dead. He's lying on K Slate, man, talking about K said this, K said that. Nigga, stop that bullshit. I ain't that type of dude, bro. I ain't never been that type of dude. I ain't never been thirsty for no chicks. I got a bad one at home.
So I'm gonna take a lie that's unchallenged as the truth, man. So
Hey, yo,
good thing you came on here and did what you did.
Yo, not to cut y'all
Salute to
off.
that, bro, for
Yo,
real.
Gene.
Yes, sir.
I gotta make sure because we got YouTubers in here, and I have to give everybody a
Why
shout
you
out to
be
make
saying
sure that
that?
they know who the fuck you is. We got Mac Mean in the fucking building, right? He's a fucking YouTuber.
Nah,
We
I know
got
Dame.
Drop Top. He's a fucking YouTuber. Who else we got up in here? We got Zeke Black. He's a fucking YouTuber. G Cole. You feel what I'm saying? Who else we got? I don't want to miss nobody. I'm looking y'all up right
Hocus
now.
4/5 in
I'm
the
from
building.
Harlem. Salute to Big Gene, real OG.
Good, man.
Salute,
Salute,
that's a
Harlem in the
fact.
building. You know what I mean?
We
Fucking
got,
vibes.
hold on, y'all. We got Brooklyn's own Rudy fucking Low in the fucking building,
Let's
y'all.
talk about it.
Low lives, bro.
No lie.
We got
Come on.
Hocus in the fucking building. Zeke
Let's talk
Black. We
about it.
got
Boogie down
Unique
Bronx,
Mecca
you heard?
fucking audio in the fucking
Oh,
building.
Mecca
What y'all? We
Audio.
got Big Boosie in the fucking building. We got the OG Sambo.
Let's talk about
We
it.
got Skills. We got Velly in the fucking building. Bravo. What's up, y'all? Sling.
All right, got the end of that. Okay. Man, Gene Dale don't be capping. I don't be thinking, man. A lot of people be saying that Gene Dale be capping, man. I don't be seeing it. I ain't gonna hold you. I really don't be seeing the cap, but I could be wrong. You know what I mean? I just challenge people to, to show me where he be capping at so we can get that, put to rest. You know what I'm saying? But as far as what I know of following Gene Dale, I don't know him for a person that be, just capping like that. So salute to Gene Dale. Salute to all viral access media. All access media for the content. Salute, salute, salute. Oh, that ain't the right thumbnail. So I'm just changing the thumbnail down. And we about to play the next audio. So this next audio just dropped today on Discretion TV. Salute to Discretion TV for the content. He dropped another one. And another one. And another one. Hey, and another one. Hey. Hold on. I thought he just did that yesterday. I guess not. Okay. Oh, yeah. All right. That's righteous. Righteous. All right. Oh, same thing. So it don't matter. We're going to rock with it. No, I'm going to change that one, though. No, I don't want that one. Undo the changes. I like the one I just did today. Anywho. Go to that. Boom. Salute to the mods, man. Salute to every single one of my mods. If your name is not on the artwork that I put up that was not intentional, your name will be put on there. I don't want nobody to be feeling upset or unappreciated or anything like that, because it's not that at all. There's a lot of names, and some of the names that I did put on there didn't even make the cut for whatever reason with AI. But today, I promise, I'm gonna work on that and fix that to make sure I get everybody's name. Mike, like Mike B. I don't think Mike B. I wrote your name, but it wasn't put on there. Beautiful black lady. Good morning, Queen. How are you doing? Who else pulled up so far? Fan West is my guy. I already said what up to him, but salute to him always. Salute to Selena always. Steffi Weffy, of course. Salute to her always. Jonas, salute to you always. Kid the Barber, of course. A1 Day 1, salute to you, my guy. Man, I'm just hula hooping through the chat real quick just to see Phoenix 44. Salute to Phoenix 44 in the chat. I'm just hula hooping through the chat just to see who all out here, man. Hey, put hashtag compromised in the chat too, please. Can I get hashtag compromised in the chat? Is that possible? Can I get that in the chat? Yeah. Compromised in the chat. That would be much appreciated, man. Because we got to point out, man, there's people out here, man, they compromised, man. Yeah, they compromised, man. CS2 back. We know he compromised. I don't know how many of those people out there that was mobbing with Adam 22 may be compromised. It's a lot of compromised shit going on out here, man. You know, so I need hashtag compromise in the chat so I can remind the people, man, to be careful. You know, always go with your gut and your instinct. Always, when you're talking to people on here, you got to automatically assume you're being recorded. Even if you're not a person that do any type of recording or anything like that, doesn't matter. Always assume that whoever you're talking to is recording. Okay? Believe with your mind, with your ears, with your eyes, see and tell you in this space. Don't overlook it because you may be cool with a person or you may like a particular person. No, don't ever overlook what your gut tell you. You hear what I'm telling you? Yeah, we just out here hula hooping. That's all. So the next audio that we have, man, is Discretion TV. Why am I not in? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? What is going on? I did it my way. Next thing I want, y'all ain't got to do it right now, but I do need it in the chat hashtag. I did it my way. I just love that. I just love the fact that I can say I did it my way. Yeah, man. You know, it's cool sometimes, man. You know, in life, man. To work with people as a team, you know, all that stuff is fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with it at all. You know, sometimes things just don't work out with a particular situation, team, people that you may be working with. Things don't work out. You know, you go your own separate way. You know, no hard feelings. And again, for the record, like I said in the beginning. Your secret is safe with me. I don't got no reason to look. I don't need to do nothing, say nothing at all. That train has already that train has left the station. I'm telling you, because a lot of more people waking up smelling that beautiful Folgers coffee. Now let's run this beautiful bean footage. More disturbing audio. Reggie Wright crashed out on Biggie Smalls, and who gave Bad Boy his office number. Who gave Bad Boy his office number? Oh my goodness. Salute to Discretion TV. Man, he's been cooking lately. He's the only one that has the most recent interview with Suge Knight, and he said the first part that we put out. Salute, beautiful black queen. He said the first part that he put out, if y'all think that was something, he said we ain't heard nothing yet. He said that Simon told him, look, man, that was too much. We done shook the world. Let's sit back, cool our heels, relax, and wait till we can hit them in their mouth again. And I think he said he has 2 more of that videos of that interview to go. Oh my God, I can't wait. I think when that one drop, I think that one's gonna break the internet. I really do. I think Discretion TV is brilliant in how they doing it, how he's moving with it, because it is his content. So, you know, Simon telling him not to put it out is really a suggestion. You know, he could drop it if he wanted to, but the respect that the big fella is saying, yo, just wait a second. That's commendable. Lesser people would have just put shit out. You know, lesser people wouldn't have respected his wishes. They would have threw it out there. Crazy. So he dropped one yesterday. We got mostly through it, then we threw an audible. So today we gonna run phase 2. Stand on the media.
Channel host Valentino. This is SB Ghost. LOX keep shining and grinding, brothers.
Your key witness orchestrated this. They top witness is the lead suspect.
Oh, wow.
The defense pointing to someone else,
Oh, wow.
Reggie Wright Jr., former cop and security guard for record.
KPD says
What'd he say?
that Puffy and them approached them and gave them money. What's that? KPD says if he go to prison for This is his words. Keefy D said he go to prison for the Tupac murder. Reggie Wright Jr. gonna go to prison for Biggie's murder. So all these things going back and forth. You know, who knows what? Absolutely what?
Discretion TV. Finally a channel you can count on.
Hey, Val be cooking. He do be cooking.
Audio of Vegas key witness Reggie Wright Jr. disrespecting Biggie and his moms about Biggie's death. Drop comments below.
Yeah, whatever about Biggie. Whatever happened to Biggie, happened to Biggie. Yep. Sorry, Biggie. Sorry, Miss Evans. Miss, what's her name? Miss Wallace.
I went to the archives and I'm pulling out audio of Reggie Wright Jr. disrespecting Biggie, and also there's an audio clip, or a few of them, where he talks about Bad Boy calling his office. But when he got on security guard Vlad, he don't tell them, no, they called my office. Let's play this audio real quick. First, let's play the disrespect. Get the likes up for me, Discretion TV, drop comments below. Let's play the disrespect to Biggie.
Like I said, I can give a fuck what y'all think about what Reggie did to Biggie's fucking Small. I don't care about the murder investigation of Biggie Small. I don't care anything about it.
Monday.com is the best AI for work. And here's why. Let me show you some of the mind-blowing things.
Drop comments below and get the likes up for me, Discretion TV. We're talking about Reggie Jr. and his disrespect towards Biggie, and also the audio. There's 2 different or 3 different stories he kicked about Bad Boy contacting him about being security the night Biggie died. Let's get to the first audio. He talks about the office.
I'll be honest. Yeah, they were calling up. They wasn't out there that long though. I think it was like 3 weeks or something like that. Cause they did that video shoot and stuff. But they were calling up looking for security. When they got into it, something that happened that made them call for security. Yeah. I'll be honest. They called my office.
Really?
One of the Inglewood guys came to me and said, "Hey, they're looking for security. Do you want to take that contract? I can get that contract." I was like, "Hell no! Like, I with those niggas." Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 21 salute. Discretion TV. Let's play the security guard Vlad's audio.
Before Biggie got killed, you have said the Bad Boy reached out to you to do security? Why would Bad Boy get security for someone who's already working with Death Row?
Yeah.
For Biggie, it makes no sense.
Yeah. It was an accident, or not accident, or just them not knowing, because they was out here in California looking for security at the last minute. It was a guy that worked for me by the name of James McMichaels, who worked for Inglewood Unified School District. And I guess he had some relationship with some guys over at Inglewood PD who eventually took the job and worked there, worked that night. And so they reached out, James McDonald Daniels, or McDaniels, I forget how he pronounced his name, I think it was McDaniels now, came to me and said, "Hey, Red, they looking, Bad Boys in town, they looking for some security for Biggie." And I was like, man, they don't know who they reaching out to. I'm not working for them. I don't want to work with them. And they don't want me to work for them, is how they went. Didn't think nothing of it until I heard that there were some Inglewood cops that was there on scene, but they didn't have their work permits. And when stuff went down, they took off and got out of there. Yeah.
Oh, so they could have actually had police statements, but since they didn't have work permits, they just pretended not to be there?
And they got out of there. But I think it came out. I think the cops ended up, if we research it and look it up, something happened to those cops. They found out who those cops were.
Okay, well.
But a lot of people think they LAPD. Everybody get out of this. If you're out of the county of Los Angeles, everybody think everything that goes on in California is LAPD.
Drop comments below. Reggie Jr., which one is it? Did Bad Boy contact your office? Or did they tell McMichael, whoever this guy is that you claim used to work for you? And if they did contact your office, how did they get your office number if it wasn't from Gina Deal? Who gave them your office number if it wasn't Gina Deal? Drop comments below.
Drop comments below.
Your disrespect towards Biggie after his death and the fact that your leak and Bad Boy contacted you shows more motive than anybody else on top of the list.
Wake
Got
it
to
up.
drop comments below and get the likes up for me.
21 gun salute.
To answer your question, Greg Kading solved Tupac Shakur. Greg Kading did not solve Biggie Smalls. To answer your question, Greg Kading solved Tupac Shakur. Greg Kading did not solve Biggie Smalls. I believe he is covering it up for the LAPD because this was a hit team by ex-LAPD Rampart officers that worked for Death Row that set in motion a premeditated hit on Biggie Smalls in 1997.
You're theorizing that this was a very established hit team that was outside the Peterson that evening, and the target was obviously Biggie Smalls.
And or Sean Combs.
And what is the motive behind knocking down Biggie?
Well, we know who's starting his own podcast, okay, Suge Knight, and he's a legend, household name, and that guy almost talked like a reverend and a preacher. He was very bright, wealthy. He did something miraculous. He created a brand. He's part of our pop culture. Am I going to accuse right now Suge Knight of setting the hit team in motion? Not really, okay? I don't know. I don't know who set the thing in motion. Was it Suge Knight? Was it the Mob Pirus? Was it David Mack on his own? Let's remember what happened in Vegas in '96. Suge Knight's cash cow gets murdered, and Suge knows who did it. He saw Keefe D in the car. He knows they did it. Death Row goes down the toilet, literally, right after he goes to jail. 9 years, serves 5. Death Row is destroyed. There's gonna be payback. What Keefe D and Baby Lane did by killing Tupac Shakur, to me, I think it was the greatest rapper of all time. Okay, they caused a problem and a void and cost him $1 billion, cost that company billions of dollars. It doesn't have to be Suge Knight who's like, get that sucker. How many people wanted to get rid of Biggie and Sean Combs once they start to sniff out that Keefe D killed their favorite rapper and their $1 billion brand?
Damn, he sounds upset.
The bottom line is everybody is psychic, whether you know it or not.
All humans are born with abilities.
The meaning of it all, I think, is going to get a lot more interesting.
Like I said about how they roll deep.
Sorry, yo.
This is a massive group of men. And also, let's say Bernard Parks says on tape to Nick Broomfield that David Mack and Rafael Perez did work for Death Row Records and other rap artists.
Bingo.
Greg Kading says that never happened.
That's
so
a
you
lot.
have two contradictory statements right there, both on tape. So when you look at why is Greg Kading saying there's no evidence,
Hold on.
but then Bernard Parks, the chief of police, is saying there is.
Hold on.
See, again, this is going to be this kind of confusing carousel of confusion, right? And I'm not saying Greg Kading did this on purpose. I'm saying his job.
100% he did it on purpose. But are we talking about the same Greg Kading that started a conversation with Scandalous Los Angeles by saying that Wack is not CS2 back, that he was not an informant, and then at the end of the conversation say Wack indeed is CS2 back, and he admits that. Remember that? Not that same Greg Kading's, right? We couldn't be talking about him. See, there's always a common thing with these guys. The Greg Kadings, the Reggie Wrights, the Wack 100s, etc., etc. Crooked.
Was to create the doubt in a civil lawsuit, okay, that the LAPD was not involved. Why did Russell Poole constantly say there's a connection? Liga kills Kevin Gaines. It opens up this thing to Suge Knight, and that's how it starts.
Right, and Liga was an undercover officer, and him and Gaines get into a kind of a road rage incident. Shootout ensues.
Random.
Very random, but it turns out Gaines is driving a car that's in Suge Knight's wife's name. Is that correct?
It belongs somehow to Suge Knight. It's like his girlfriend or baby mama or, yeah.
And when they roll that log over, all the things crawl out of it.
They start, why does Kevin Gaines know Suge Knight? He's a cop. And then they start to find Reggie Wright, and they Right Way, and they see all the cops that are working from Compton. Kevin Hackey was a key figure too in Nick's documentaries. Kevin Hackey, he worked for Tupac. He was a cop. He went to jail. You're going to see all this weird things about these cops going to jail. These are the Rampart boys, okay?
Right.
This is the dirtiest cop scandal in history.
Right. And speaking of Rampart, we had Ruben Palomares on the show. He was probably the dirtiest of the Rampart division. This on Suge's camp. How do you tie that in? So
all of them together, David Mack, Rafael Perez, Nino Durden, and the other name we won't say today, they all, okay, David Mack grew up with Suge Knight. He is from Compton. He's from his neighborhood. All these guys knew each other, okay? Reggie Wright tries to say he didn't know David Mack. I don't believe him, okay? He says that multiple times. That's not true. They are tied to the rap world as bodyguards, off-duty police officers. They are dealing cocaine. They are robbing banks. They are murdering people. So why is it so far-fetched to think, well, how do these guys get mixed up with the biggest rap label in the world that's stationed right down the street? Look, Suge was a genius, okay? He was. This guy ran this whole show, and he had his own DA, Larry Longo. He had his own DA. He signed Larry Longo's daughter as the first white singer to death row. He was a district attorney.
Is your child struggling with a gaming addiction? Major companies behind
Sure
games
is.
like Minecraft, Fortnite, and
So it seems like it would be an open and shut case, kind of, so to speak. But obviously this didn't take place. Why was that, Detective Poole?
Well, you know, during the course of the bank robbery investigation, I had interviewed the lead detective in charge of the bank robbery investigation, and he gave me a series of pieces of information that linked David Mack possibly to the killing of Biggie Smalls. One being the fact that when they did a search warrant on his house for the bank robbery, he owned a black SS Impala, and that's the same vehicle that was used in the killing of Biggie Smalls. Second of all, in his garage, which was unusual for a police officer, he had a shrine of Tupac Shakur all over his garage. And
wow.
that appeared to me unusual. Thirdly,
when you say a shrine, what do you mean?
He had posters, memorabilia, and it was well decorated inside the in his garage. And gang members dressed in red, flashing the West Side sign.
And Mac was dressed in red suits occasionally, and there were photographs of him and doing the West Coast sign.
Well, the West Coast sign doesn't mean you're in a gang. Yeah, I mean, everybody
doesn't necessarily. No, you're right. It means you're claiming a gang affiliation. You may not be actually a member, but you know.
When you throw up the W,
well,
I mean that's shown in videos, and that I mean little kids do that.
I agree. There's a lot of people playing.
And it was actually popularized.
Man, I wish a nigga loved me the way that nigga loved Pac.
There was a supposed
and then kill Pac allegedly.
Beef.
Never mind. Don't love me like that.
Rappers. But I mean, as far as I know,
Tupac was embracing a West Coast versus East Coast gang thing. I mean, it had a gang connection. I'm not saying it's entirely, but I mean, the West Coast sign actually did originate in gangs, and it spread into pop.
So it was a West Coast gang. Is that what?
No, the West Coast sign was what the Bloods and the Crips both would use against people that they who were not from the West Coast. You know.
Okay. So you had all this stuff with this police officer, David Mack, but obviously things didn't just end there. I mean, the guy's in jail now, right? But has he been charged with the murder of the notorious B.I.G.?
No, the investigation was stymied by the chief of police, Bernard Parks. there's a number of clues that connect David Mack possibly to the killing, and I requested search warrants to be done on David Mack's home, his financials, etc., and I was denied in doing so. And as time goes on, you try to figure out, well, why doesn't the chief want to probe any further into David Mack's life? And then you find out later, I found out information came in that Chief Parks had recruited David Mack on the job. David Mack he attended Oregon University and then later on attempted to make a comeback in track at USC, and that's where Chief Parks graduated. And Chief Parks was known for recruiting athletes onto the police department. And it turns out that where David Mack did his probation, officers had contacted me and said, hey, it was common knowledge that Chief Parks had recruited David Mack on the job. And so that...
You say probation, his job probation, you mean?
Right. He attended the academy for 6 months. He left the academy, and now he goes to a specific division in LAPD, which was Southeast Division in South Central Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time he got out of the academy, I was working South Bureau Homicide, which I investigated murders in Southeast, Southwest, 77th, and Harbor Divisions.
As we tackle inside the rap rivalry that led to the murders of Tupac and Biggie, this is a case with a lot of moving parts, and you're going to help us sort this out and hopefully provide some solace to the families of Tupac Shakur and Biggie Smalls, a.k.a. Christopher Wallace. Most of our audience understands the complexity of the case, but if you could just bring us up to speed with the Tupac situation, and then we'll work our way into Biggie and how it's all interrelated.
Yeah, thank you for having me here. I'm honored to talk about this case. I'm really excited about this and nervous in a way too, and I never say that about cases. The Tupac and Biggie saga and journey is fascinating. I grew up with it. A lot of the people that are watching this grew up with it in the 90s, even late 80s as these guys started out. And right now, yes, we have the arrest of Keefe D, Dwayne Davis. And, you know, I was lucky enough to source some materials to the media before he was arrested. There were some podcasters and journalists that were integral in getting him arrested, sort of, and also helping to solve the murders, I feel. And just because the police don't arrest somebody doesn't mean we didn't solve this murder years ago, okay? So, in short, Keefe D looks like he's gonna go to trial unless he cuts some kind of plea deal. This is almost a 30-year-old cold case, the murder of Tupac Shakur in Vegas in 1996. And people have talked about Keefe D for a long time. Baby Lane, Orlando Anderson, Dre and T Brown were in the car. There were 4 guys, supposedly. And but I do believe Baby Lane is the killer trigger man of Tupac Shakur, as do many people. And I think it's fascinating to see what happens. And I think all the fans, obviously families deserve justice, but I think our country deserves justice on Tupac. And this is going to open the door. This is the elephant in the room for us.
Some may need crowns, some may need filling, some may need nothing. But the goal is to help them in their journey. And our goal
is to solve Biggie Smalls' murder.
Now, Keefe D proffered to Greg Kading and another LAPD officer with his attorney present. And does that proffer give him immunity, or does Las Vegas PD have full latitude to go in and they obviously arrested him, but can he be convicted based on his proffer? Or was it everything he said on other podcasts that sunk his ship?
A little of both. The Queen for a Day, we'll call it, or the proffer by the U.S. Attorney, that was a federal task force and a federal case, and with LAPD, not Nevada. So Clark County as the jurisdiction, and that's why they arrested Keefe D. They never agreed with the feds at all. And if you know, which you do know a lot about, you know, criminal procedure and attorneys and judges, look, sometimes this stuff becomes a rivalry, and Vegas was embarrassed on this. Clark County, for almost 30 years, they did nothing. They did not investigate this case. I don't care what anybody says. I can prove they didn't, okay? Now they're ready to drop the hammer, and Keefe D's right in the crosshairs. They don't need, is their jurisdiction. What Greg Kading and Darren Dupree did, that's not Vegas. That's not Clark County, nor are the feds. So they're going to take a little pride here, and I give them courage. I think they're courageous for doing this. You don't see a lot of cold cases reopen like this.
But let me ask you this: if Keefe D just kept everything he said in the proffer, and not spilled the tea on any platforms, would he have immunity? I think the perception would be he's more protected if he didn't go on the 2 podcasts and say in detail describing the shooting of Tupac Shakur. You're absolutely right. He should have kept his mouth shut, let it stay with Greg Kading, because here's the thing. Kading didn't have permission to take that tape home. That's not his. That's the property of the LAPD and the U.S. Attorney's Office. That's not Greg Kading's. He never should have been able to release that. So I'm doing a shot across the bow on Greg Kading today in a couple different ways. So you think Kading put Keefe D in a cross, right?
Well, Keefe D was trying to get out of a PCP and drug conviction with his family, so he couldn't really provide anything on the Biggie Smalls murder, but he said, well, when I tell you this, you're going to be shocked. And what he revealed was, I'm going to tell you who killed Tupac Shakur.
And who did he say killed Tupac?
His nephew, Orlando Anderson, a.k.a. Baby Lane.
Okay. And was that after the Mike Tyson incident where they got in the tussle? Was that a retaliatory kill? Yes. Okay. That was
and you can talk about this other celebrity that you'll bring up where, was this premeditated? Was this set up? Or was this perfect timing? Like, it was premeditated, and then when Tupac knocks Baby Lane to the ground, right, and punches him, and Suge and everybody jumps in on the fight, that gave them the perfect opportunity. Let's get this sucker, right? Now we have a reason, and we know who gave them the gun because they said they didn't bring their guns with them out to Vegas. Keefe D says that. I didn't have any ammo, any weaponry.
And who gave him the gun?
Zip Martin.
And Zip was a Harlem drug dealer that had a very close connection to Puff Daddy, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And the Crips and the Keefe D. And that's, Zip died. But that's all been coming out, and that's on.
I heard that Orlando Anderson never even left the hotel. Then Keefe D says, show proof, show footage that you see me there the night of the killing of the unaliving. But I think, is what I think a lot of people think, that they told him to say all of that. They set him up to get him to run their story. I think it's, I can say this allegedly, but with confidence, that they were not the shooters. Like Suge said, you solved the Pac murder, you solved the Biggie murder. So did Orlando Anderson and his uncle unalive Big? Because that's what they're saying, did it? No. Police written all over it. That's why it's been a cold case for this long. That's why it hasn't been shut, closed and shut, solved and done with. We're talking about Vegas. Tyson. Mike Tyson is fighting that night. Man, there's cameras on top of cameras, man. They knew exactly what happened, I think, that night. But they had to investigate to see how they got there. And once they figured out how they got there and who all was involved, they had to come up with a different narrative. There's a lot of narrative spinning going on out here, boy. Let me shut up and hula hoop.
On the tape, when you listen to Greg Kading's interrogation and Darren Dupree of Keefe D, he tells you about Puffy's involvement with saying, I want to get rid of this problem. Can you guys help me? You're not going to find this written on a contract somewhere. It's kind of verbal. So I don't think Puffy's in any type of legal issue.
And how convenient that this is a verbal agreement. You feel me? So convenient. No paper trail.
But there definitely is some urban legendary that came out of Keefe D's mouth saying that Puffy did want Suge and or Tupac gone.
Okay. So it was in Puff's best interest to knock down Suge and Pac, right?
The way it's been told in the books and the documentaries and all the research and all the deep dive, Sean Combs was scared that he was going to be killed by Suge Knight or one of Suge Knight's guys.
But does fear alone create circumstantial support that Puff actually put a bag on Suge's head and Tupac's head?
Let's remember the culture of what these guys exist in, okay? These are badass dudes. They got a lot of money. They have a lot of fame. They have power. When these guys roll up, say Suge Knight rolled up to your studio, 30 guys show up with him that could start in the NFL. Are you gonna open your mouth to him? You're not. I've done rap videos. I worked at Nickerson Gardens. They will roll deep. I'm fascinated with the culture. I am.
Now, how do you explain away the Puff Daddy connection to this? That just simply he was in fear and he did have a relationship through Zip with Keefe D and the Southside Compton Crips.
Correct. And he needed the Crips because remember, they're the rivals of the Mob Piru or the Bloods. You know, I don't want to sound like a gang expert here, but you have red versus blue. So he's got blue, right, in New York. He's able to use them to protect
Selena off limits.
Puffy, Sean Combs, however you want to say it.
Yeah,
he's on
Selena,
their side.
she's off
Sean's
limits.
not with the Bloods. That's
Okay.
Suge Knight. That's his game. He has to position himself. He needs help.
Let me stop playing.
Hey,
with
let me
y'all.
let you in
Hell
on a
y'all
secret
been-
real quick.
Bruh.
This stuff right here is
I don't
something that you
need no
want to
blue
add
chew.
into your
Fuck you talking about? We don't need no blue chew.
If Keefe D was in the car with Orlando Baby Lane, as many have theorized, and it's been confessed by Keefe D, both on record and off record, how does this all tie in to Biggie Smalls?
Okay, so let's touch upon the real story. Let's go back to the beginning. Russell Poole, to me, is a hero. Okay? His book is really good. Randall Sullivan did an amazing job with Russell Poole investigating Suge Knight, the
Hey,
murders,
I believe that's
all the players around.
Kid the Barber.
Nick Broomfield made his documentary in real time while the book was basically being written and coming out. It's hard to explain.
No,
Nick
Jod, I was
Broomfield
just
is the
playing,
one who
Jod. I'm just
introduced
playing.
Russell Poole
Just
to
playing.
Valletta Wallace.
I just looked
Okay,
down and
it's
seen
on
that.
tape.
Just at the
So,
first day that popped in my head.
These were the three key figures.
I'm just playing.
Not Greg Kading, not Darren Dupree. They came in 2006. Okay, Russell was already off. His lawsuit was pretty much, the lawsuit was still lingering because that's why they had Kading look at it.
Was constructed of the Blood gang members in Los Angeles. Suge Knight was a very powerful individual, and what made him powerful, he had access to just about the entire
Is
Blood
that
gang.
Al Prophet?
You know, and he also had dozens of police officers in his back pocket. He also had a district attorney in his back pocket who was actually handling one of his probation cases. He also he had connections with the Compton mayor, and I have a picture of Suge Knight and Mayor Reardon embracing each other. So he had access also to Maxine Waters. And there's
Salute to Maxine Waters.
She's a councilwoman in Los Angeles.
You know, those cops that they were talking about then, supposedly they were from Inglewood.
She was cold
Compton.
back in the day.
They were from these other police departments that, well, Compton was a totally corrupt police department, but still even they
Facts.
eventually instituted some controls on death row, but they didn't have a formal policy saying, you cannot work for Death Row Records, and if you do, you'll be fired.
So it was just a situation about LAPD couldn't work for there.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, Detective Poole, what was so, other than the fact that you had LAPD officers working for Death Row, how did this connect itself to maybe the Rampart scandal and the possibilities of Death Row being involved with the killings of Notorious B.I.G.? Did these police officers have any sort of connection? Did they turn a blind eye? Did they have the information? What's the story on that?
Well, over the years since 1995, there's been a series of violent acts that had occurred, and at every turn during the investigation, it was found that officers, not only from LAPD but other agencies, were actually witnesses to these occurrences, and however did not remain at the scene to give their testimony to the case.
Man, they lined Keefe D ass up from the very beginning when they had him believe that he had full immunity, but it was really a proffer. Cause what I gotta find where I heard that audio from. Fuck, if anybody knows what I'm talking about, man, send it to me. There's an audio out there where somebody is saying, man, I think it was one of the police officers that was protecting Pac talking, and he said that he heard, and he heard that the attorney that was with Keefe D at the time wasn't even a real attorney. So when they have him in here doing his confession, he think he's protected by his attorney. His attorney tell him, yeah, pretty much that's what they're saying. You have full immunity. Go ahead and sign. It's all good, blah, 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 blah. Don't worry about it. I got you. And he believing it because that's his attorney, right? He wouldn't think, like Suge wouldn't think that his own attorney would be sabotaging him every step of the way and doing shit to keep him in jail and be part of the Tupac unaliving, right? So that's your attorney. You paying him to give you legal advice and to protect you in these cases. And come to find out, that really wasn't a legal attorney. So I think they set him up from the beginning, told him he had full immunity, blah, 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 blah. Because think about it, if they would have told him, you have a queen for a day, if you talk about this outside of this room, you can and will be charged. I just don't believe that Keefe D would have said, you know what, I'm tired of Greg Cadence and all these people making money off my story. I'm going to roll the dice and see what happens. They not really going to prosecute me. I don't think they'd do it. At the age that I don't see him doing it. I think he would have rolled off into the sunset. Because he could have found many different ways to do it. He could have had someone else tell the story from how they see fit. He could have figured out different ways to do it to still tell the story. So if what I heard in the past is true, they lined him up from the jump because they knew if you tell him you have full immunity, you can talk about what happened after blah, blah, blah. Of course he going to jump out there and talk about it. When you see him on some of them other platforms back in the day and they say, so you had a proffer? And he'll say, yeah. And then they'll say, so you can only talk about certain things. He say, no. I have full immunity, dog. He said it with confidence. Like that's what they told him. Like they didn't tell him you had a queen for a day, a proffer. He believed they told him he had full immunity, and I believe he believes it because that's what he was told. They lined him up from the jump, and they needed him to slip up so they can put this case to rest. That's why Reggie Wright Jr. flew right on out there and testified in the grand jury on Keefe D. He has nothing to do with anything. Why is he out there why is he part of the grand jury? Why is he testifying to the grand jury? Why? Because they need this shit to be sealed, done and delivered. Him convicted, done. That exonerates them, period. To where it makes it that much harder for them to overrule that and get to the bottom of it. That's why. They set him up from the jump.
Or intervene.
If they did, they would be fired, and...
Well, Josh says, stand on the media. You on Clubhouse, bro? I don't think I follow you if you are. Yeah, I'm on Clubhouse. Yep, I'm on Clubhouse. Stand on the media on Clubhouse. Stand on the media. What I'm going to do, man, I'm going to grab a link because I am going to start opening up Clubhouse rooms again and streaming them on YouTube so we can run a lot more rooms and we can talk about a whole bunch of different day-to-day topics. It don't have to just be about Wack 100 being an informant, CS2 back, and Reggie Wright Jr. and these disgraceful cops and stuff. Yup. We don't want to talk about that. We can talk about real life shit, relationship shit. I'm going through my shit right now, so I can use the advice. We can really chop it up and talk about some stuff. Stream it on YouTube. And some of y'all that got a voice but don't want to run your own YouTube just yet can come join me on Clubhouse, because it's more of a, it's more of a closed in type of thing. You know what I mean? It's more it's not bow in your face, and have a conversation, man. Get your voice out there if you want. But I think I'm gonna start doing that. But I'm gonna put a link to my Clubhouse and a link of this in the description of this video when I put it out. So anybody that want to follow me on Clubhouse, if you haven't, go ahead and follow me, because we're gonna start doing that real soon. I might get with a couple of people to see if they willing to help moderate and help run the rooms and shit, and then all systems go, man. Let's go, man. Let's work.
And like Randall said earlier, it was a criminal organization. Be like officers working for the Gambino family.
Jarvis Davis, I got you.
Moonlighting for the Gambino family.
These lawyers, dirty as fuck.
Death Row Records was trafficking narcotics, and there were dozens of blood gang members who were on parole and who were working alongside these police officers.
They thought that was the actual Phoenix.
While providing security. So, it was a major conflict of interest and a major officer safety problem. If you can imagine, by day you're working LAPD busting blood gang members, and at night you're working alongside them.
Let me ask you this. Again, and I'm not trying to paint the.
Can I confess something, Lama?
Man, we don't care.
Bruh.
We don't care. We ain't signing up.
Clean picture over this.
Damn.
But
he
what
getting
you
his money.
describe, with say somebody like a Suge.
Salute to Discretion TV for the content. Once again, I got to make sure I say that. I really say that because I really rock with them, but it is the right thing to do when you're using their content. But I channels that I like and I rock, man, I'm going to support. I'm going to shout them out, man, throughout the content. That's just what I like to do, because I really rock with them and I want to see them grow like I'm growing. You know what I mean? So even if they way past me, it's all good, man. It's all about growth, So salute to Discretion TV for the content, man. Real talk. Yeah.
Having access and all these other things, it doesn't seem that unusual. Again, in the sense that, I mean, that
there's never been a record.
Good looking kid. It's a slow day today.
Who was remotely as thuggish as Suge Knight, or as violent as Suge Knight did things. I mean, he wasn't.
Well, I don't. You cover Rolling Stone, right?
I'm not saying that.
That's going to give me access. I mean, come on.
He definitely did. Kid the barber say he definitely believes he had full immunity. He definitely did. He was told that, man. Man, can't nobody tell me nothing different. Can't nobody, because especially the Wack 100 and his people, they call Big U stupid. They call Keefe D stupid. They call anybody they going at, they call them stupid. So whenever I hear somebody say, man, I'm telling you, man, Keefe D, man, he was told he had a queen for a day. He wasn't told he had full immunity, man. He just ain't the smartest tool in the toolbox. Man, all that can be two things can be true at the same time. I don't think he just that dumb. I think Keefe D has some intelligence in him. You know what I mean? At the time he had a drug habit. But who the fuck am I to go in on him on that? Because once upon a time I had one, right? So like that's that. But if you have your attorney, your supposed to be attorney sitting in that office with you, right? Because they went to Keefe D a couple of times, and then to make it official, they met Keefe D at his lawyer's office. That's a fact. So he's at his lawyer's office. In your head, you're not going to think at that time that your attorney is doing some fugazi shit, right? Because that's fugazi. You're going to think he got your back. He's solid. And I really believe that they lied to that man and told him what they told him. And the paperwork that they gave him that he signed, it says Queen for a day in there. But you're not going to get, well, naive. I won't call him dumb, but he was naive. He was naive to a degree because he should have read the paperwork. And then when it said, I don't, but I wasn't in there, but I'm assuming he didn't read the paperwork, or if he did, he asked, what is a queen for a day? And they just lied to him. I wouldn't know to go look that shit up later on either. But now, knowing what I know now, maybe he should have double, triple checked that paperwork before he signed it. But I definitely think they just lied to that man from start to finish, and that's why we are here today. If the hit on Pac was premeditated, if the hit on Big was premeditated, man, you got to have premeditation from beginning to end on all facets of this complicated hit that they pulled off. But they not going to get away with it because it's coming out.
You know what? I can really care less about that. The more power to them.
Right.
What I cared about is we had our own police officers on our force connected
Giving
to
life.
company.
They think that Reggie got full immunity for the Biggie case.
People every day in South Central Los Angeles. I mean,
Oh, my bad. Or for the Pac or the Biggie, one of them, they think he has full immunity.
I've got a list right here of unsolved murders in South Central in a 10-year period. It's over 1,500.
For sure, Kid
And
Barber,
so,
for sure.
You know, this type of feud between East Coast, West Coast actually feuded a war in
YouTube,
the Los
she run a
Angeles
late
and
night
Compton area.
StreamYard on YouTube.
You know, during the course of time when
I need to
Suge
get
Knight was coming
StreamYard. I'm
up
gonna get
and he was
StreamYard.
starting the company, we had a
Okay,
series
I'll do
of
that.
murders that involved up-and-coming rappers.
Let's do that.
And at the time, the information we were receiving was if you didn't come to death row,
let's do that.
you weren't going to be in business. And so Suge had a lot of power. All he had to do is hire the right people. And, you know, in any chain of command, all you got to do is give a wink and a nod, and somebody else would take care of it for him. That's how powerful he was. And so I could really care less on how Suge made his money. My job was to try to solve the Biggie Smalls case and make the connections, put the
failed.
dots together.
Failed.
Involved police
Miserably.
officers on our department, and the citizens don't want our police officers associating with gangsters off duty.
Now, let me ask you this. Will all this come out if you're subpoenaed to go to trial?
Oh, I hope so. I mean, I've been, I've gone to every law enforcement agency I can, and they're all afraid to probe this incident.
Not because of Suge.
Yes.
Law enforcement is afraid of Suge that much?
Oh, not so much now, but, man, he was a powerful figure. He was like...
Was. He's not that what he was before. And what does any of that have to do with justice? We didn't see this country go harder for less. i.e. Iraq. Did they ever find the weapons of mass destruction still? Did they ever find any over there when they hit Iraq? No.
We're talking about. He's well connected, and he was like hands off, and that's
For less.
That's part of the motive on why this thing hasn't been fully investigated.
But now in Los Angeles, there's quite a few people other than Suge who are hands off.
But you know, I've never seen. I got to tell you, I mean, whether it's deserved or not, we can argue that point. But I've never seen anybody inspire fear like Suge does. When the Rolling Stone piece came out, had virtually every movie company in L.A. make contact, want to do some kind of a movie, and every time the big obstacle was Suge Knight. And I remember I was talking to Nick Cassavetes, who's a big screenwriter in L.A., and I said, "Well, what is it? Is it the racial politics of it, or are they afraid of Suge?" And he said, "They're afraid of Suge, man. They're all afraid."
What about you guys? How come you, Randall? I mean, you didn't come in here with an entourage.
No, it was like because I don't think that I'm what.
I mean, Suge comes to the Bay Area.
I don't. Yeah, I know he does. I don't think that I'd be Suge's target. There's no record of him going after a white journalist. Or, I mean, the fact is, all of his victims are black. So that alone, I figure, gives me some amount of
I mean, Vanilla Ice, you know.
Well,
I mean, supposedly
Vanilla Ice was roughed up at most. I mean, he wasn't, Suge didn't hurt him really, and,
Right.
and I think that may have been a little exaggerated.
So if you was a black journalist, you think you would?
I would. I'd be more afraid if I was black, to be quite honest, because there's no doubt that, I mean, so far, the people Suge's gone after have been black because they're, for some reason, he thinks they're easier to get to, and maybe they are because they're mixing more socially. But and there's that, and I mean, Suge is many things, but not stupid, and I think he's well aware that if any harm came to somebody who's been a contributing editor at Rolling Stone for 20 years, he'd have the international media corps breathing down his neck in no time, and they'd be a lot worse than the FBI.
Suge's #1 bodyguard was murdered 2 weeks ago.
Right, we were just talking about that off air.
I remember that.
And so and the story continues, and it's going to continue. I mean, that right there is an intriguing investigation.
Are you concerned because if this does involve fellow police officers, which you say,
we had one person significantly change their telomere length within 4
Bruhh.
months.
And if these charges and these allegations and all the things that you raise in the book hold to the facts, I mean, if I was sitting here, I'd be like, look, there's a lot to be lost here. So what's keeping Russell Poole, moving and shaking at a time when you could pull down an entire house of cards and really just, do a whole lot of discrediting for, the country's #1 police force?
Well, you know what? I lost something big. I lost a job that I loved very much. And during the course of all these investigations and them trying to block the investigations from moving forward, certainly caused a great deal of stress in my life, and that includes my family. And I had to take in consideration my family because of it. They were living with me going through the stress of trying to solve this case. The Christopher Wallace is not here to testify, so it is my job to go out and find the witnesses and put the puzzle together for the family members of Christopher Wallace. And never in my career was I ever told to stop an investigation or stop from probing into a case. And I had to find out for myself on why. And you have to really check out the information.
Well, that's the end of that. So I was gonna end it there. Hold on. But I seen that Gene Dale put out a video this morning responding to Suge Knight. Because Suge did say some things about him, and I'm curious to hear what he had to say. There go the artwork with the names on it. Hey. We gotta make sure we get them corrected with the right people. But hey, that lion with the Stand on the Media hat on, F.O. Enemigos on it. Ooh, he's beefy. So we're gonna play this and then I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I'm hungry. I am starving like Marvin. You know what I'm talking about? Wait, what the fuck? There you go right there. We're going to hear this. Gene Dale goes at Suge Knight for implicating him in Biggie's murder. You getting fake information. Okay. Let's wake it the fuck up. Let's see. Let's see what he say, Kid the Barber. Let's check him out.
Right. And I know Capricorn, she testified, right, that, Diddy told her that he'll kill her after he found out that she used to work for Suge Knight.
Well, I think it came up to the point where it's that he took her, Paul and him, took her for a walk in the park. Oh, man. They be watching too many movies. They took her to a walk in the park, and they was trying to get some clarity on her relationship with Suge, and that whether she a spy for him or whether she was would turn over any kind of information. And I think
if I'm correct, that she had said that Puff was worried about her relationship with Suge and made some kind of accusations to her that if they find out that her and Suge is a certain way, that they would unalive her in some kind of way. That wasn't clear in the court because there was a lot of objections on that. You understand? But I think the judge may have let that ride because of the fact that she was telling her what she heard and her feelings and how they made her feel. So they was worried about Suge, bro. They was worried about Suge.
If you or a loved one played Fortnite for 4 or more hours a day and developed a gaming addiction, legal help may be available. You could qualify for...
Well, since you brought up Suge name, and I heard a couple of interviews where Suge brought up my name. See, I'm not gonna batter Suge because Suge is in a bad place.
Fact.
You understand? Suge is in a situation whereas that he was a man that had everything in the palm of his hand. You understand? He had cars, houses, could fly, jet set all over the country, all over the world. And he had everything in the palm of his hand. And now he only got Miss Palmer in the palm of his hands.
Wow.
And I'm saying this to say this, bro. I'm not here to bash that brother. But he's getting some felonious and some effed up information.
What baloney got to do with this?
I don't believe Suge should be in jail for what he did. You understand? Because it was clearly, you could see somebody was coming at Suge with a gun. And the law states here in New York, if somebody is attacking you and you gotta flee, and somebody gets hurt in the interim of you fleeing, whether it's in your car, your bike, or whatever the situation is, that individual who has that gun that's trying to shoot you, and you end up running over a pedestrian or doing something like that, that's his case. That's that dude who did that to you. He gets that murder.
Yeah, Miss Palmer.
And that's
crazy.
what it seemed like to me. He didn't get the proper justice when it came to that.
That's a fact.
If you look at Suge Knight, everything that he did, God always punished him right then. Here, my son. Oh, you did that? Take care of that. Hear that? Go sit here. Go do that. God always punished him right there. It was different for Puff. I'm not here to batter Suge.
How many times you gonna say
because that? God made sure that he paid for his right then and there when he did it. He did Puff in a whole different way. You understand? Before I break that down to you is this. I heard Puff say, I don't give a fuck if Pac gotta die. I don't give a fuck if Big gotta die. Suge Knight can go to jail. I'ma say this for the umpteenth time. That was a self-fulfilling prophecy that this demon got from some other demons because it happened exactly what he said. What he said happened exactly the way it came out of his mouth. Pac died, Big died, Suge Knight went to jail. Now, Puff, God did him in a whole different way, brother. He let him go home without being punished for the city college, for if he played a part of Big, if he, the kids that died in D.C., what else? Some other stuff. He didn't let him play the part. he getting all his right now in one whop, in one setting. Suge, brother, you're wrong. I did not know Reggie Wright until my man in Detroit gave me a call. I'm not going to mention his name, but he was a podcaster too. He gave me a call and he said, yo, Big Gene, I want to introduce you to Reggie Wright. And I don't know if Reggie was on the phone knew I was on the phone, but Reggie had said some shit that I overheard him say. And it was about the Notorious Big. He said they should have killed that fat motherfucker. So now, when I heard him say that, I'm standoffish on him now. And I'm gonna tell you the dude named it. Yo, you can be mad if you want to. Rel made the introduction to me and Reggie. And that was like, I think 3, 4 years ago. I didn't know Reggie from a can of motherfucking paint. I never called anybody from Death Row to his security. That wasn't my job. I was Puff's personal bodyguard. I didn't call to get no security for nobody. When I went to work, I had my own contract, brother. I ain't called nobody to do nothing. So you wrong, and the information that you getting and the people that's feeding you that, check out them band boys. Because they lying to you, brother.
Hold on, before you pay for yet another app to manage your team, let me introduce you to Connect Team, a platform that replaces.
I don't think as one man to the next, and I got a lot of respect for you, Suge. I got so much respect for you, bro, because when this East Coast, West Coast war could have been shutting down, Pac was living, Big was living, Eric B, Big D, y'all set up there and y'all was gonna set up a meeting. Everybody who had something to do with it was supposed to show up. And Puff refused to. You didn't, brother. You wanted this shit to be over with.
Facts.
Even though
Facts.
You didn't f with Puff, y'all wasn't dealing with each other no more.
Me too.
I remember when you and Pac was in the car behind the House of Blues. You was in the red Rolls Royce, Pac was in the white.
I don't think Gene be capping. I don't think so,
I
bro.
was in the car when Puff rolled up on you and said, yo, Suge, we got any problems down here? And you said, bro, I don't know any problems you got. That was even after Jake was murdered. You said, brother, I don't know any problems you got. But brother, yeah, you said Gene Deal name, but you had the wrong person. The people that hired security for Bad Boy was Paul Alford, bro.
Mikey
Paul, Uncle Paulie. You put my name out there. So if anybody called Reggie and had a relationship with him on the security tip, it was Paul, bro. It wasn't me. I never, ever hired no one to do security for Bad Boy. I had my own contract with Puff. Point blank. Nothing more, nothing less. So, bro, get your information right, bro. And watch where you get your information from. Because there's a bunch of hater, sucker ass niggas out here. And that's real talk.
How is Overjet?
That's where we got that information from, y'all. Pork butt. That sound like some shit Pork butt would do. Or CS2back send it through a channel with somebody that's connected to both of them, and Gene don't know it, or Suge don't know it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, tell him this. Yeah, tell him this. Man, I don't know, man, but that's crazy, man. I believe him, man. Listen. Let me get everything correct, though. Correcto Mundo. Stand on it media. We in the building. First I want to say thank you to everyone who pulled up and showed love, who was in that chat going crazy. I know today is a slow day content wise so far. I was in them YouTube halls, and I see numbers low across the board. But sometimes it ain't just about the numbers. Sometimes it's just about the unity. I think I will do the Clubhouse thing. I will be launching that soon if I do it. Any people that want to participate and be mods, who's willing to come over there and communicate, you won't be forced to do anything you don't want to do at all, because I only want people that are comfortable in whatever position that is to be in those positions. Doesn't make me or break me which one or what it is. I don't care. Whatever makes you comfortable, if you want to participate, you want to be a part of it, then that's what you're going to do. I rock this dolo, so if it means I got to do it dolo for a while, with stage participation and shit, and I'm good with that. If other people, feel comfortable to want to talk about different topics and stuff, more than welcome. Just whatever it is that you want to do, if you want to do it, make sure you're comfortable with it. Like I said, I want to do more everyday topics, not just this stuff. So I'll tell you right off the bat in the beginning, we won't be doing numbers. We won't be doing crazy numbers. Not right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? When I did that with Straight No Chaser, believe it or not. If you go way back to the beginning on Straight No Chaser, you'll see a lot of audio that was from that room, and that's exactly what. So a little bit what I used to do there is I'm going to do here, but rev it up. The only issue I had was making a thumbnail that fit that topic of the day, to make it a wow thumbnail. So if anybody that has any type of skill in making thumbnails and good ideas, I need that desperately, because I already know that's where I'm gonna struggle at with it. You know what I mean? Like we was what's something that a lot of people be discussing right now? Let's just throw abortion. Should abortion still be illegal? I would struggle with making a thumbnail for that was wow. You know what I mean? Because you're not using a celebrity per se, unless that celebrity is in the limelight talking about it. So if I can get help there, because that's desperately what I'm gonna need help with, I would appreciate that. But you won't be doing nobody will be doing anything alone. You know what I mean? I don't roll like that, man. I like to, even if it's something I don't know, I want to learn it so I can do it. In the event that you get tired of doing it, or whatever the case may be, now I know how to do it. So whatever it is, whether if I know it or not, I will be hands-on and helping in that department. But I think it is a good idea, man. We can and if we don't want to go live on YouTube, we can sit there and talk, conjugate. You know what I mean? Just shoot the shit like we do, here. But everybody will be able to come off their mic and talk and speak and do all that good shit, all right? So just know that I think I am going to come with that. It's already set up over there. Already have a lot of subs. Just need to launch it, knock the dust off that old baby, and get back to it. As far as, what I said in the beginning, I'm hoping that I don't have to address that no more, because I've moved on. I just want to make it clear before I go. I have zero issue with District 13 as a whole. I got cut. We'll be listening to you. You got cut? The fuck happened? But as a whole, I have zero issues with District 13 as a whole. There's a lot of good people over there, like I've been saying from the jump. So I'm just saying this stuff to make sure that if they, people start pushing fake ass narratives, you when you hear them, you'll know better. You know what I mean? When you know better, you do better. I have zero issue with District 13 at all as a whole. Majority of the people over there, really, really good people. It's killing me I can't say the names, but the way that I found out that Phoenix J got attacked, that shit was wild. Well, I don't want to say attack. Let me not say attack, because it just sounded like that to me. It sounded like she got attacked. Nobody said she got attacked, but they, I just heard she got questioned. But it felt like she got attacked. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. You know what I mean? I say a name and they'd be like, oh, that's somebody giving them. Man, come on, cut it out. It ain't that damn deep. It really ain't that deep. I'm gonna just go and just do my thing. Right, I addressed what I addressed this morning because I woke up this morning to a little chihuahua barking outside the gate. All that shit. I tried to throw the bone so it'd run, it wouldn't even run. I just can't wait to enter that gate one day so I can pet him. I can't wait. I'm going to have to enter that gate so I can pet you. Yeah. But that's the only reason why I even spoke. Oh, and then because I found out that they had a meeting about me. Yeah. He has a cut. To cut. Oh, okay. I got you. Oh, my bad. Yo, I'm about to end it anyway, though, Kid the Barber. But what you said about doing tonight, I got to get StreamYard so I can figure StreamYard out. But I definitely need to transfer to that so I can have people up. And you know what I mean? Like, if we're going to do it, man, we're going to do it all the way, man. We're going to have a ball with this shit. We're going to do it different. That's all I've been doing since day one, man. I just do it different, man. I just do it me. I do it my style. I do it my way. It works for me. It may not work for you or y'all, it works for me. Standing next to somebody, no. That don't work for me. No. Having a team, no. Family, La Familia, building, yes, that works for me. Yes. But as far as how I had to start it with me. Because niggas get, she get wishy-washy as we see. But I plan to not address any of that over there anymore. It's a couple of people. It's just a couple. It ain't, you know what I mean? Like I keep saying. But I'm just addressing what was addressed yesterday, I guess. Because I wasn't invited to the meeting and then, But I'd rather just move on, do what I do. Respect to y'all, do what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. And like I said, the secret is safe. It's with me. I don't need to say anything, at all. It's gonna come out soon enough. Anyway, man, I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I'll catch y'all on another one like the other one. Thank y'all for pulling up, hitting that like button like y'all like something. Stand on the media, man, to the La Familia. I'll catch y'all to the next one. Let's get it. Been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat. Step two. I did it my way. Hey, hey. I did it my way. Hey. I did it my way.